So we're live?
Yeah.
Chris, I don't know if we're live.
Chris?
It says.
All right.
Yeah, there we go.
I don't see it live, but
I don't think we're live, Chris.
Says end stream.
all right.
Are we live,
We
Chris?
trust you, Chris. Just making
I'm just
sure.
keep going. It says live on my stream.
All right, now we're good. We're good. We're good.
We're good?
We're good. Yeah.
We're live?
All right. Yeah,
I
we're
see
straight.
36 waiting.
All right, go back to what you guys are doing.
Is this why you dropped the 40 piece, Jeff?
I mean, it didn't happen previously, so hey, with new evidence,
Hey,
you got to update your opinion there. Yeah,
That's
of
all I'm
course. That's why
saying.
you dropped 40. You
Yeah,
can,
and I don't want to steal this thunder away from my guy Chris here, but I think you're on the money. Tomorrow's the night.
I don't think we were live for any of that.
No, we're live.
We,
Well, I don't know
we
about
are
any of
now,
that.
but they didn't get
Oh
any
yeah,
of that.
we definitely weren't. It's all right though.
Damn it.
All right, from the top.
From
Here
the
we
top.
go.
So this is the reason Kate Cunningham dropped 43 points in Atlanta with these two women sitting front row. You know, you got the baddies in the front row. You're going to go out there and show out. So shout out to these two women for bringing out the best of Kate. They try to get the dub as much as they can.
Yeah.
But, you know, they can only do so
Yeah,
much.
no more Uggos front row.
I'm team left.
I'm team right.
Put it
I'm
up one
team
more
left.
time, Chris, for the people.
I'm team left.
Hit the like button if you're team left. Hit the like button if you're team right.
Yeah, I'm team left. She's
I'm team right, bro. I mean, team left is definitely prettier, but I'm team right, bro. That's insane. That's insanity right there on the right.
it's insanity on the left too.
That's way more insanity on the right. You kidding me? How about this happened? What, a day, 2 days after the Ant Edwards 100K claims?
Yeah.
Was that true? He apologized, did he?
Yeah, he did.
So, like,
Oh
a
yeah,
public apology?
it's not claims. It's real.
There was way too much in there for me to read, and I don't care. I feel like that's a normal conversation to be had by tons of NBA players and tons of thoughts throughout the season. But like, do you want to recap that at all, Chris? The Anthony Edwards stuff?
I mean, I'm honestly not too familiar with it. Like, it's just it is a general story. Like, he had a girl that he was seeing and that he knocked up, and he paid her $100,000 to get an abortion, and that was it. Right?
Did you read them,
I
Smitty?
don't
I
know
did
too
not.
much more of it.
No, I just seen him
Yeah.
asking her if she took the pill or whatever.
Yeah.
Did she take it?
I don't know.
No.
Good on it.
To
you
be
know?
determined.
By the way, I'm team left and right over the person that he paid 100K to.
Yes.
That,
yes.
that was an unfortunate event.
imagine
Look
if that kid.
okay,
imagine,
thank you.
Imagine that
Nicholas
kid.
Duncan said, "Oh my God, team right."
Easy. Imagine that kid looks back one day, and he sees that tweet or he sees the screenshots. How
I
messed up
can't.
is
I
that?
don't even have headphones in, man. God damn.
Well, I mean, that's what Adonis is living through, right?
Tell you what,
Yeah,
right
that's
now,
fair.
Adonis is living
that
through.
kid ain't
fair.
grown up. Hey, because I don't even know if he's making it out.
Yeah.
I think that kid's getting
That's fucked up.
out of
Ejected. Ejected.
All right.
Come on.
pro-choice. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Jeff? I apologize.
I said, imagine that kid grows up and sees those screenshots.
Yeah, it's tough.
That's tough.
Hey, listen. If I was a girl, I'd keep the kid. I'd keep an NBA baby. He's probably gonna pro in something. He's gonna for sure have the size.
It's like that
There's no way they're lacking the size, right?
that skit on the Chronic. Oh, keep it, Ethan, baby. You knew you was a hoe when you got with him. You knew he had a family, but you fucked him anyway. And now you want to say that Ethan ain't shit. He ain't take care of his kids. That's why he ain't shit. No. Tell the kid the truth. Mama was a hoe. She was weak and pussy. She used you to try to keep him. It didn't work out, and that's why we're here. But he a good Ethan, because he take care of his real family. That's great. All-time skit.
Moving on. CJG Day was back at practice. We have photos from this one. If you want to put it up, Chris.
Yeah.
It's nice. Does it mean he's playing this weekend? I mean, that's the real question.
Ooh.
Is he playing? If he's back at practice, or is this like one of the 21-day, part of the 21-day thing? You think? Spinning.
Spenny. I don't know if he'll play or he'll get. If he plays, I don't think it'll be like a full workload. I think he'll get kind of eased into it. I think he'll be full and ready to go against Dallas. Is what I'm expecting.
Jeff, you think he's playing this week?
I would expect maybe. It just depends. If he practices and he's out there, I would expect him to get some snaps.
He's out there today.
Yeah, then he'll be all right. I could see him getting snaps.
Yeah.
Maybe not like a high workload, but you'll see him out there.
Was a hoe.
Man, that would be. I mean, he's been working out like nonstop.
Yeah, I think the average recovery for what he had was like 4 to 6 months or something like that. I'm not a doctor, but he came back in 3.
Insane.
So
Insanity.
it's ridiculous.
That's why if you get pregnant, you gotta keep those genetics. Something, something may come of that situation. It already came, but something else may come too. And just hope it's not a girl. If it's a girl, you're fucked. Can you make that decision that late into it?
Weren't you guys talking about in Ted 2? They tried to milk Tom Brady or something.
They tried milking Tom Brady.
If you had a choice to have a child who was blessed with anyone's genetics,
LeBron James. Or Zion.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like it's got
LeBron.
to be LeBron.
Gotta be LeBron.
LeBron and Serena Williams.
Yeah, remember there was some billionaire that was like weird, but he was like, I'll pay you guys like $1 billion if LeBron and Serena have a baby. I was like, jeez. I mean, it would be.
That thing would conquer the world.
That thing would be
dude.
a warrior.
That thing would conquer the world.
It would be a
like you want to
monster.
see Superman in real life. It would be the child of LeBron and Serena Williams.
That would be insane.
It would come out with a 6-pack, like ready to fucking go. Comes out fucking 5'6" with a 6-pack.
It comes out as a Jordan logo.
Yeah.
It's already ready to put in some work.
The hairline might not.
Oh, where is the hot dog suit?
Where's in the back?
Damn, guess we gotta do another day.
Yeah,
Easy.
guess we gotta wait.
Well, whatever.
You should know your punishment and pay your own dues. It
I
shouldn't
do
be
know
on
the
us to
punishment.
remind you.
I don't care. It's on you. I don't care until like 10 minutes before the show.
Yeah, again.
I'm the one sending the videos.
Get here earlier, too.
I'm the one booking guests. I'm the one who's got to fuck you. How about that?
No, thank you. I wouldn't enjoy that.
Yeah.
Jim Harbaugh and the Chargers.
Yo!
Are we buying into it this time? Or do you want to make it a whole topic? We should make
Jim
it a whole-
Harbaugh? No, we shouldn't make it a whole topic. It's the same fucking thing every year.
Every year.
Oh, I might go to the NFL. Oh, I might not. Look out. National Signing Day. News comes out that somebody wants me. Hoo-boo-boo-boo-boo. I don't care. Either do it or don't. I don't give a fuck.
I think this time's a little bit more legit. Just because of the pending investigations he has from the NCAA. They may like limit him or prevent him from his ultimate goal if he doesn't do it this year. Now, I think there's some validity to this year if he's truly wanted by another organization. Because his name's been kind of smeared through the mud a little bit, in my opinion.
So? Happened to Pete Carroll.
What?
Yeah.
The same exact thing that's happening in Jim Harbaugh.
That's fair.
And he got a job in the NFL right away. Like, NFL does not give a shit about breaking NCAA regulations.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess you also can't shame him for falling short in like those playoff games because the rosters weren't really like equivalent. That's fair.
Equivalent.
Equivalent.
Is that how I said it?
No, but remember the KG?
Oh yeah, equivalent.
Equivalent.
Equivalent. Jeff, any validity to Jim Harbaugh to the Los Angeles Chargers?
Yeah, no, honestly, I'm with Spenny here. It's the same storyline every year. The only thing I would point out is he's been slobbing on Herbert's knob. Pause, but man, he's been gassing up Herbert. He's been quoted on that.
Slob some Herbie.
So, if he were to return to the NFL, in my eyes, he goes to a situation where there's a quarterback like that. And again, it's not too far away from where he went previously with San Francisco. So, it's probably not true because we see this every year.
Yeah.
And I always, mock Brady, the sales guy, big Michigan guy in the back, because he has yet to sign an extension with Michigan.
He's a psychopath,
but it's
Brady.
coming, dude. That extension's coming, in my opinion. He'll sign it. Even though he's pissed off at the NCAA, I think he'll be back in Michigan. I do.
See, I think I'm 100% with you guys. That was my exact opinion on it last year. It's just like with the pending investigations, I could see him just trying to dip out. Same way. Didn't somebody else do that recently too? Had like pending investigation.
Pete Carroll?
And they just like dipped out right before like anything even happened. Oh,
Urban Meyer?
Isn't that why D'Antonio retired? Something similar. Before she even went down, he was like, I'm just gonna retire. Fuck this shit.
No.
What happened with D'Antonio?
He was old and he was getting pushed out
Well, then he came back.
because he wasn't good at what he was doing anymore. Well, yeah, because our coach was jacking off and got fired. So, let's bring him back.
Yeah.
You want to hear my opinion? D'Antonio's still the man, but when they lost Narduzzi, I fucking knew immediately.
Yeah.
When they lost Narduzzi, that thing was, I don't want to say collapsing, but it wasn't going to be what it was. That defense was special.
Does this U of M playoff run have any impact on that? On whether Harbaugh stays or not?
No.
Nah.
Like, if they win a championship, is he like, I've done all I need to do, I'm a god, and leave? Or does that make him even more likely to stay?
I could, you know what? He is a former professional athlete. We hear that he's like the most competitive human
He's a
amongst humans.
psychopath.
So I could see that. I could
He's
see a
on the
God
spectrum.
complex. Like after like, if he won a national championship, I could see him being like, want to conquer the next level, just be that guy who did it. You know what I'm saying?
Or I could see him wanting to run it back as well. Be
Yeah,
like,
that's
let's
fair.
see how many we can win. You know who I could see declaring if they win is JJ. because he keeps saying we're going to wait till the end of the year. If they win a natty, if JJ falls short, I think he returns. If they win, I can see JJ.
But he's going to be the number 1 quarterback off the board.
I was
why
told,
wouldn't he?
I was told he's the number 1 pick right now.
Yeah.
So you know what?
Frickin' pro throw.
God, I like Ryan too much to pick on him for that one. That
I
was
love
rough.
Ryan, but no, Ryan's a slappy man. He knows he is.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, tell us about Big Boy Spinny.
Big Boy. Wintertime in Detroit is always better with comfort foods from Big Boy. Try the veal parmesan or the new Southern Comfort chicken bowl. How about breakfast? The stuffed potato pancakes are back. The classic lumberjack Santa Fe Garden. Also, the new apple pie hotcakes that are too good to miss. Top it all off with a new gingerbread shake for dessert. Stop by your local Big Boy today.
And Jack Labrador.
And Jack Labrador. Jack Labrador. Has watching and arguing about sports made you a last-minute holiday shopper? Feeling more pressure than Jared Goff in the pocket behind an injured offensive line? Jack Labrador has you covered. It'll change your gifting game. In-your-face heads-up play that'll have you on the edge of your seat. It's the one deck that brings 3 games to your table, perfect for lazy last-minute shoppers like you. Jack Labrador. Jack Labrador is the ultimate gift that keeps giving the holiday fun. Scan the QR code above or go to jacklabrador.com and get your deck today.
Calling all landscapers. This is Darren McCarty. I'm at Outdoor Equipment Co. How would you like to landscape like a legend? How about a bad boy 0 turn? And even a chainsaw. And even a weed whipper. Whether you landscape for your job or landscape for fun, get all your equipment from Outdoor Equipment Co., the official equipment provider of Woodward Sports. Michigan grown, family owned. OutdoorEquipCo.com.
Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot-off-the-press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel.
Your home is your most important asset. Flexibility in the sales process is key. When you work with Mark White & Associates, you can cancel at any time, for any reason, without penalty. Speaking of flexibility, check this out. Who you work with matters. Hire the best broker in the game.
Make me Swiss for insurance. Hit up Mark at SwissINS.com.
Send him your playoff brackets.
Yes, and send them your mock drafts. 248-800-4177. That's Mark with Swiss Insurance.
Email him your mock drafts.
SwissINS.com.
Do it.
Makes us look good. I know that. He's special. He's special. There's backs in this league. I always joke with them, or I do believe it, though. Backs can make lines look really good. You know, people say lines make backs look good, but backs can make offensive lines look good because all we have to do is give him and Demo a crack and a little seam, and they're able to make something out of it, and it's fun to see.
All right, by the way, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Smash that like button. 5-star review on all podcast platforms. I'm your boy Eazy, Spin More Rex.
Hello.
Jeff, you can turn it down a little bit if you want. Right?
My boy Hank Fraley looks like he knows his way around some crawdads.
Some what?
Some crawdads.
What are those?
Crayfish. Crawfish.
That's what I figured.
Yeah, crawdads. Crawdaddies.
That was way cooler.
That's where you
say
suck
like
the
that.
head.
All right.
All right.
Come on.
That's how you eat them.
Relax.
That is how you eat them.
Smash that like button, 5-star review on all podcast platforms. I'm your boy Eazy, drummer guy,
Suck
Spin
the
More
head.
Rex. Young Chris, we got the Jeff Iafrate in the building, holding it down in the ones and twos. I appreciate you, man. Real team player. But speaking of team players.
Bow?
Did I bow? I don't know. Yeah, I guess.
Day bow.
I'm grateful. I'm grateful.
Day bow.
I got you, boys.
Anyway, speaking of team players, I'm kind of conflicted on this now because you have that tweet from Herman from yesterday, Chris.
Yes, I do.
So we had Herman Moore on yesterday, and we are kind of talking about Jahmyr Gibbs and like, I guess, am I allowed to have expectations or comparisons to some of the greats. I won't drop names. So I don't want to get criticized too much.
Bro really just wanted to put that up there so he could show people that Herman Moore tweeted at him.
No big deal. He follows me too.
He follows me too.
Well, he tweeted my name.
Well, he says my name on a daily basis.
It literally says, I love Speakeasy Sports. I read nothing after that.
You should have just clipped that part.
I should have just clipped that. I could have actually made it work.
Yeah.
Either way, Herman credits the offensive line. We are heavyweights. We credit the offensive line. And you obviously have the example of Jamal Williams literally breaking barriers in his record last year, so on and so forth. First 1,000-yard season for him last year, too, in his career, to this year being shit. The offensive line means something. But when you have the offensive line coach, I should say, hit the podium and be like, yo, he makes us look good a little bit. And then he goes to this explanation. He kind of breaks down like, listen, all we got to do is give that kid a crack, and he's gone.
Hell yeah.
Give crack to the kids, and they're gone.
Don't give crack to the kids.
Don't give crack to the kids. But I don't know. I'm conflicted now, Smitty.
No, yeah, you do just got to give that kid some crack, and he'll be ready to go. Like, he gets wired. He fits into these small spaces between offensive linemen, in those cracks in the defense. I say he is mighty good. It's you see him take these small cracks and take it to the house. Like he finds a little crack rock and he takes it to the house. It's impressive to see him do that consistently.
Hey, yo!
The body control, slipping in between these defenders, going in between guys and making their cracks pay. So I love seeing what he can bring to the table with his elusiveness, with his body control to fit into these small cracks.
Okay, at some point we got
What?
Yo, throw a flag on the play.
Like a huge guy like Derrick Henry wouldn't be able to fit in these small cracks. But Jahmyr Gibbs,
I understand what he's saying,
has the ability to slip into these cracks in the defense. And he can make a gain that looks like it would be a 5-yard gain between those cracks into a longer gain. Because his elusiveness, because his body control, what he can do in the open field, he definitely makes it easy for the offensive line because they just got to move a guy a couple inches and he'll take off.
Yeah, no, I'm with you, Jeff. I'm curious to your opinion on this one.
I lean more with Herm, to be honest with you. I get what Hank's saying. I think part of it, he is telling the truth, but the other part of it is he's also gassing up Jahmyr, which, I mean, rightfully so. If you're getting, 5.5 yards per carry, I think hey, listen, you're going to give Gibbs credit, but we can't deny that the holes this man's running through, to Spenny's point, the gaping holes this man's running through, the cracks, the gaping cracks that this man is running through. You can't deny it, dude. So there's truth to both, but I would lean on the side of Herman Moore, to be honest with you. I think that offensive line, dude, you saw Craig Reynolds go for 100 yards. I mean, and listen, Craig he's a nice guy, but his offensive line's different.
That's true. I remember, do you guys remember the span? I think Patricia when they finally broke it, but it was since Reggie Bush, it was 2 to 3 years before you had a 100-yard rusher.
Yeah.
Not even a 1,000-yard rusher, a 100-yard rusher in a game. It was years.
And then we had Swift and Jamal and Craig and Jamar Jefferson and Zach Zenner and Samaje Perine and Van Dyke Maj. Anybody could have ran for, shout out Van Dyke Maj, is my guy. Anybody could have ran for 100 yards behind this offensive line. But Jahmyr Gibbs does it differently. Jahmyr Gibbs isn't waiting for these gaping holes that Jeff loves for him to run through. He takes the small cracks and he attacks those cracks. He sees a weakness in the defense. He is going to attack it. He visualizes the lane in his head already, and he hits the lane hard. So I'm excited to see him running behind this offensive line because as good as they are, they don't need to be perfect every play. They just need to beat their guy off the snap, and he's going to be coming off your ass hard.
Yeah, well,
and you got to penetrate.
I'll pause that.
Yeah, you have to.
That was not. That one wasn't intentional. He hits those holes. He runs behind his lineman, and you just have to beat your guy off the snap. You beat your guy off the snap, push him back 2 steps. You know Jahmyr is going to hit that hole.
You're fine. Keep going.
You know he's going to hit that hole, and he is going to make the most of it.
Shout out Kerryon Johnson. This is Chico G.
Shout out Kerryon Johnson.
Hey, Eazy. Is this fair? And I'm with Spenny. I think the first level, the O-line, they'll clear the way for him. But the second, third level, making dudes miss, I think that's clearly Jahmyr.
Yes.
You know what I mean? The 20-yard runs, the amount he has, that's all Jahmyr.
A million. That's where I'm at. It's like a happy marriage because if you go back to, and I only know this because I watched it play 50 million times this weekend because it was so fucking beautiful. But and I don't even know how many yards it was. It's crazy how many times I did watch it. I want to say it was 30 or something like that. But the one he had, there was only 4 offensive linemen for the Detroit Lions, obviously, 4 blockers, and there's 5 defenders. on that one. He took all the way to the goal line and ended up just like falling by himself. But I think that's a perfect example of like what Frank and you are talking about. Is you give him those small cracks. Like, okay, like we got the initial like point of attack cleared for you. The rest is on you. Because it's really 5-on-5. You got your linemen, your 4 blockers, and then like you're the 5th man versus like those 5 defenders, and then you're just making a miss from that point. And the part where like I think Frank or Hank, is it Hank or Frank? I always mix it up. It's Hank Fraley.
Hank Fraley.
So I think that's why everyone wants to say Frank.
I call him Frank Haley on purpose.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Either way, I think that's the point Hank is making, is because like you look at this team. You talked about it earlier this week. We're second in the league when it comes to, like rushing, but that's a big part of it. Like once you have those big chunk yards, that's what's putting you up in the category. And the big thing behind rushing is, running back's a piece of it. But for this team specifically, the offensive line's a huge part of it, because it hasn't mattered who's been behind them at all. And it's crazy that, I mean, obviously I think Jahmyr's taken some time to develop a little bit. Obviously he didn't see the field as often as a lot of people wanted him to begin the season as a 12th overall pick. But he looks the part, man. It's to the point where I'm willing to call him a top 10 back. We had a discussion yesterday of him possibly being a top 5 back. And then it sounds crazy when you hear it out of context, but then sit back and think to yourself, okay, how many guys am I taking over Jahmyr Gibbs right now? It's a small list. The list is small.
Yeah, he's hitting crack like it's the 80s, man. It's awesome to watch him go out there and make these moves.
He's hitting the crack in the 80s, man. Like 80-yard, little scampers. It's coming.
Yeah, he's cracking the 80s, dude. T-shirt idea. But I like seeing them both get the most out of each other. The offensive line and Jahmyr Gibbs, they're coexisting. Like, they're both doing things well. They're both helping each other out in situations. So you don't need this. It's not like Jamal Williams back there where the blocking needs to be perfect. Every hole needs to be giant for him to make a 5-6 yard run. No, Jahmyr Gibbs is going to explode through these small cracks in the defense. So you just need to beat your guy by a little bit, and it's going to help him out. He's going to do the rest. And that's why they made the first-round pick decision on him, because of his explosiveness, because of his ability to hit that defense and leave them wondering what just happened.
Yeah, and this comment too, the Ronin 99, I think he makes a great point mentioning the wide receivers as well.
I was
those
just
guys,
about to say
every
that.
one of those dudes block, man. And J-Mo too. So that helps, obviously.
Yeah.
Herman Moore makes a great point too. I love speakeasy sports.
I'm going to frame that on my wall.
That's true.
That's a great point, Herm. A couple nickname recommendations for Jahmyr in the Woodward Sports chat. He goes by Ja as of now.
Yeah.
By the way, I know he's a big Spider-Man fan.
He is.
Yeah, he is a big Spider-Man guy. Not so much Marvel, just Spider-Man specifically. I want you guys to grade these nicknames. So you want me to start with the good one?
Yeah.
Or the
No, just throw them in any order.
Okay, all right. Quicksilver from the Ronin 99.
Yeah.
Decent.
Honolulu and Silver, like Quicksilver.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense, right?
Yeah.
When it's blurring by, it's the Quicksilver. Jeff?
Yeah, that
You gotta
one.
look more like a critic.
I don't hate it.
Make your
It
nose
just
longer.
it just didn't land with me. You know, it just didn't land.
Relax. We're not trying to get canceled here.
No, what do you mean? That's the critic from Ratatouille. That's what I think of when I think critic.
Quicksilver is not bad.
Well, give me a grade. Let a grade.
I give it like a B.
C+.
Yeah.
Chris?
Yeah, I'd say a B- in between those two.
Okay. I'm with that one. I'm going to go B.
I'm with this.
What? What?
What's the shit that goes through my brain?
Yeah.
Whenever I hear audio cues. And it
Your
makes me think,
CT
I'm with this.
flaring up like a
Black
motherfucker.
shit.
I'm gonna go.
Black shit
Yeah, I'm
don't
gonna go
mean a thing.
C plus B. All right, how about this one? I know my grade for this one. Jahmyr Gibbs. Jahmyr the Electrician Gibbs.
F.
Yeah, that's
F-.
I love you, Chef. But this is long. It's a really long nickname.
The electrician.
Yeah.
He's gonna plug you in.
Like I see what you're going with. That. He's electric out there. I would just think of maybe a superhero or a villain, like Cowboy's Megatron. Like find a villain that had that power.
Wasn't there a Spider-Man villain that was electric?
Yeah, there is.
Electro.
Jamie Foxx played him.
Electro.
Electro.
Electro would have been better.
I'm not in love with that one either.
I'm
What
not
do you
either,
grade the
but it's better
Electrician?
than the
Jeff?
Electrician. Dude has a 9 to 5.
Part of the fucking union out here. Man's got 3 kids to fucking feed. Why he's balling?
Bro just gave him a 9 to 5 for sure.
Jeff, what are you grading the Electrician?
Yeah, that one ain't landing either. Now Chris got it all messed up. Now the 9 to 5 stuff.
What
Now
else we
it's
got?
out.
What else we got? Hit me with another one.
Vincent Ellison, Flash, if any superhero.
Yeah, basic.
Yeah.
There's already a couple flashes. Like D-Wade's
D-Wade.
Flash.
Okay.
D-Wade is Flash.
Chico G says Black Bolt.
It's like, I don't think I could say no.
No, I mean Black Bolt's not fast though.
Yeah,
But
it's
he's
true.
electric.
But he's electric.
Not really.
Yeah, but the name implies it.
Yeah. He's electric.
The hole hitter.
I'm electric.
No, okay. That
hole hitter?
Yeah.
That's not
That
bad.
may or may not be true.
Hey,
On and off the
if
field.
you
I
have
don't know.
if you have the whole hitter on offense and the meat missile on defense, yo, that's wild.
true. That's a good. That's
Can the
a,
immovable object meet the strongest man or whatever
what
it
did
is?
you just say?
The immovable
Was that-
object?
Oh.
What do you think I
I
said?
don't know. You're like, Kimumba Bob Jails. You speak a different language for a second.
That's it for the nicknames in the chat. Honestly, Nightcrawler.
Yeah.
What
don't
about
hate that
what
one.
about this one? Big Game Gibbs.
Nah.
That's
Mute yourself.
Trash.
that's
Yeah.
up there, you know.
Take a lap.
I don't hate it.
Is it,
I don't hate it.
hey,
Honestly,
is
I don't
it, is
hate
it better than the electrician?
Terrible.
Everything's better than
Take
electrician,
one,
to be
That's
fair.
fair. I'll take it.
Electrician
Silver
is just-
Surfer?
is just- yeah. The crack smacker, says Chico G.
Crack smacker.
The mechanic, because he is a killer. I don't see how that
Ja
correlates.
I
But
King Horse and Ja Rule.
no, I know Quicksilver is.
And I know that you're one.
Ja
man.
Rule. I did just see that. Jimmy Neutron. These are just getting worse, guys. We're gonna move on.
Y Bombay.
We're gonna move
Y
on.
Bombay.
What was yours? Big Gang Gibbs.
Yeah, that's trash.
I like that.
No, that's bad.
Hey,
what's yours?
Most 20-yard gains in the league.
I think
Come on, dude.
Big Gang Gibbs. Makes,
Silver Surfer.
He's not big, but the gains are big.
Yep. Big Gang Gibby.
No, that's
Yes,
Gang
sir.
Gibby.
Let
just
it,
Gibby.
let it simmer. Let
Gibby!
it simmer. Sleep on it, Spenny.
Quick
Get back to
Gilbert
your
Gilbert
mom.
Gibby from iCarly. Dude, I said Gibby, and that guy looked back. You think his name's Gibby?
Back,
Hey, Gibby!
I don't
No,
know.
didn't work.
We'll work on the nicknames. I like Big Gang Gibbs.
Barry Allen?
Between
No. KC3?
no.
What?
JG
We just throwing shit at the wall now? His name's Jahmyr Gibbs.
Ja is what it is
How
right
about
now.
fire starter? Like what? What are we doing here?
Grand Cherokee. All right, we'll work on the nicknames, but in the
The
meantime,
kidney
Smitty-
bean, said Aaron Stoner. That's a pretty good one.
Aaron Stoner.
Yeah, the kidney bean.
Oh, the
don't know.
kidney. Why is that
I
good?
don't know.
Why
I
would you
just
say
feel
that's
like
good?
funny.
Brad Holmes' first round picks this year were the meat missile and the hole hitter.
Yeah.
Gibbler, said Nicholas
Gibbler.
Duncan. I don't want to use the hard R. The Gibbler. Don't want to use the hard R.
All right, touch about Lady James. Go to break. We'll work on these nicknames. I'm with Quicksilver and Big Gang Gibbs so
What about
far.
Silver Surfer?
Nope.
Lady Jane's. Coming to Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience and automatically enter to win a trip of your dreams and all expenses paid suite for the
Thunderbird.
2024 Thunder.
Little bit of thunder.
Thunder 2024 NCAA tournament. That's right, no expenses spared for you and 5 of your best buds. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome. Thunder.
Since the dawn of moving people, Chevrolet has led the way. The world of transportation is changing. At Feldman Chevrolet, we are leading the charge forward. With every electric vehicle, every mile traveled, one Feldman at a time. The company that puts more Chevys on Michigan roads is now the #1 name for Chevy electric vehicles.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions show. Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy? It's Planet Fitness. Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime.
Gibbs and gravy. We're getting there. We're getting there. Smash that like button, guys. But first and foremost, make sure you head over to FeldmanAuto.com to find the closest Feldman Chevrolet near you. The #1 Chevy dealer in the state of Michigan with over 18 locations, one right in your backyard. Again, FeldmanAuto.com to find the closest one near you. And also, check out Jeff Iafrate and the boys every other Monday live from the Feldman Chevrolet of Novi.
So, Jared, there's some comments made about you managing games and stuff like that. How do you feel about that? It's all right. They keep saying whatever they want. They keep winning games.
That was a bar.
He's speaking to us.
That was a bar. My bad, Jeff. I didn't communicate that we were playing the video first. That's
Hey,
my
it's all
bad.
hey.
Bar. That's a bar by JG.
That's a good
It's a bar.
Hey,
That's what it's all
like
about.
It is what it's all about. By the way, welcome back to World Heavyweights. Hit the like button, 5-star review. Easy, spin more racks. Young Chris, the Jeff Iafrate on the ones and twos. He's a real one for that one. Hit that like button. J-Train.
Yeah.
Oh!
That was
who said that
Jake
one?
Wagner.
Jake
Said
Wagner.
More of a boys reference, but J-Train.
Hey, shout to Jake Wagner. He's OG too.
I think it's between J-Train and Steve Jackson.
I like J-Train. I'm writing that one down.
Giblet gravy.
J-Train. Oh, that's the thumbnail tomorrow too. Jahmyr Gibbs, J-Train.
I was talking about a thumbnail after the Lions victory. I was talking to Ryan. I was like, can you do like the scene from Lion King where Rafiki holds up Simba? But I was like, can you make it 2 Simbas? And can you put Jahmyr Gibbs and Sam Laporta on the Simbas? And I was like, can you put Brad Holmes on Rafiki? I was like, oh wait, no, don't do that.
Oh,
yeah. I was like, no, we can't do that. That's,
you getting complicated with that one.
Yeah, I know.
Jesus.
It's a good idea though.
It's a good idea.
Yeah, but I was like, oh no, don't want to put Brad Holmes on the only monkey in the whole movie.
All right, stop. We got it when you said it. You have to say it out loud. Now it just feels
Get
weird.
it because it's extreme. No.
Ja Simba, Ja Boom, J-Train's the one.
J-Train.
If you guys watch The Boys, you would know.
Steve Jackson's good, dude.
Yeah, that one was fucking hilarious.
We should call him Steve Jackson.
This is supposed to be a Jared Goff topic. I apologize. You know what? Fuck it. We're still talking Jahmyr. Let's just roll into this one then.
Mars Landing says, I call him Starscream. No, it's J-Mo.
Yeah, J-Mo Starscream. I love that too because of the Megatron, you know. If you know, you know. But either way, I'm just jumping into this one then. We'll do Jared Goff next. We'll show him his love because he deserved a little bit of some, you know, and Dan Campbell gave him some. But on the topic of Jahmyr Gibbs, we stole this one from you, Jeff Iafrate. You brought it to my attention. Is it true that Louis Riddick, this Lucas's football god, said Jahmyr Gibbs can win MVP?
Yeah, he said that. He tweeted it out. He thinks in 2024, non-quarterback.
Next year?
Yeah. But he said non-quarterback MVP candidates. So he put Jahmyr up there.
Yep.
So, and Louis Riddick knows ball. He does.
Here it is. Jahmyr Gibbs going to be a leading MVP candidate in 2024 if you want to include non-QBs in the discussion. He has every skill you could possibly want in a running back for today's game.
Louis Riddick has been glazing the Lions for a while. That is.
I ain't mad at it though. I'll take it.
That's aggressive though.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I kind of went on a spiel this. I just. Because I compared it to Christian McCaffrey.
I was going to say.
And he's couple things. Number one, Christian's he's bigger naturally, but it's the 2 questions for me. It's one, can he have the receiving production that Christian can have in the touchdowns?
Yeah.
And the workload. That's the only. I think the receiving yard. The rushing yards. He can. I think
the numbers will be there.
Yeah, the numbers. The workload. I don't know if the Lions will ever give him the amount of workload like the 49ers give McCaffrey.
Yeah.
He'll always share a backfield at least for the near future. So I don't see that.
Yeah, I guess that's the conversation you have because I do see the numbers being there. I mean, they're halfway there this year, and again, the first 4 games he hardly played.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't hate that take at all. I mean, here I'll say this.
That's a big jump.
I'll say this, and when you bring up Christian McCaffrey, the perfect way to articulate it is like, as much as he's been sold to us as the weapon, he's been predominantly more dominant. I don't mean to use that word twice there, predominant. But either way, he's been better in the run game way more than he's been in the passing game. And we see him drop 2 tutties this season in terms of catching the ball. I don't really think we've seen that to its full extent quite yet. We see him a couple in the Seattle game where he was just catching for the fuck of it because there's nobody else open or something like that.
Yeah.
But he hasn't taken over in that aspect. If he takes that leap, I do not hate this take, man. I mean, look at him with what, 800-something yards right now? Or 792, I think it is?
Yeah.
In limited action. Imagine he's getting this workload, how many games we played right now?
14.
Yeah, all 14 games. I think it's
Can you see him
possible.
being an MVP candidate, though, if Dave Montgomery has more touchdowns? It's just tough if he shares a backfield. You know what I mean?
Well, it's just come 2024, though.
That's a good point.
Could be a different share.
I'm just saying.
I don't think I think David Montgomery's still going to get a lot of usage, though.
Yeah,
they're not just going to turn over. They're not going to give Jahmyr Gibbs the offense like they gave Christian McCaffrey the offense in San Francisco.
But bro, last week he averaged 9 yards per carry.
Yeah.
He deserves. All due respect to David, and I want David to get the ball in David's situations, but he deserves more of a workload. In fact, he got the goal line carry for that 12-yard run he had last week. So I think he's still going to eat in the red zone. And again, a 14-game sample size of him actually getting the ball versus how the season began for him this way, he's probably going to have either just as many touchdowns, if not more, than David Montgomery right now. Shout out. Hey, thank you.
There is some bad nicknames coming in his chat, bro.
You're
We're
still
over the
coming,
nicknames.
dude?
You guys
We're
are
over
not
the nicknames.
creative.
Jahmyr, I like that one for joke purposes. I'm gonna write that one
Juggernaut.
down too. That one's gonna make the. Listen, at the end of the day, we'll make a poll. So far, I got J Train in there.
You got J Train,
the
Steve
Juice
Jackson,
Jamar.
John Cena.
Steve Jackson's not going to the
Dude,
poll, but
put
it
you
is
gotta put
a
in the
great.
poll.
Spinning? On the topic at hand, though.
Yeah.
Jahmyr Gibbs, 2024 MVP.
No. No, I don't think he's going to be the 2024 MVP.
Fucking hater, bro.
Well, he meant like a candidate, not even a candidate.
Hater!
I
I'm
don't
with
think
you.
he's going to be
You're
Christian
not a real
McCaffrey.
fan!
I don't think Jahmyr Gibbs is going to have a Christian McCaffrey season.
You
this
hater?
year.
Yeah, dude, you're just a hater.
Sorry. Call me a hater. Like, I think he's going to be good. I think he's going to be very good, but I don't think he's going to be given the reins of the offense like Christian McCaffrey was given the reins of the San Francisco offense. And like Jeff said, the production in the passing game is something that makes Christian McCaffrey this MVP candidate, is because he catches fucking 6 to 10 balls a game and has 40, 50, 60 yards receiving on top of 100 yards rushing and a touchdown on both sides. Like, I don't think he'll be there yet. He's going to be trending there. He's definitely going to be a weapon, but that is a big jump.
Yeah, he can have CMC games, but he can't have a CMC season. Like, that's the way I look at it. Like, he can have explosive games where it works for him, but he's not going to do that over the consistency of an entire season. He just won't get the opportunity. There's too many people to pass to in this offense. There's Montgomery, and anytime they get within 5 yards, they're gonna go to Monty to push it in for the touchdown. Like, it's just I don't see it working out here. I think he's a good player, but I don't see him.
Yeah,
doing that
people
production.
forget McCaffrey had a 1,000-yard receiving season, bro. He's incredible.
Yeah, I mean, he got 17 carries against Atlanta. Dave Montgomery hurt his leg that game. So he's kind of like force-fed in that situation. But just 7 carries in each of his first 2 outings. The difference between he and McCaffrey on the ground right now is 500 yards. He holds the most 20-yard plus rushes. I could see him doing it behind this offensive line, especially. I don't think it's that far off. I think name value wise, obviously a guy like Christian McCaffrey's gonna get a lot more love on top of things like this. But he's nice though. Like if the Lions are just as hyped coming next year, Jahmyr's gonna get some love, bro.
He's gonna get some love. But like I said,
practice nicknames.
He is still going to be sharing this backfield, so it's going to be hard to do that when you're sharing it with David Montgomery.
If the numbers are there, I don't think it matters, in my opinion. Hefe?
I'm with Spenny here, and trust me, I'm with you on the rush. I don't question what he could do on the ground. That's the thing. It's really the two other the workload. I don't think he'll have it to be the most valuable player. And then the receiving threat. He's a receiving threat, but he's not there yet. I see the potential, but you got to have a. If we're talking MVP numbers, what would that even look like for Jahmyr Gibbs? You think to be a candidate? I mean, I would say 1,400 rushing yards.
Yeah.
I mean, add another 500-600 receiving, and he'd have to have double-digit touchdowns. I just don't see it with David. I don't. Unless David goes down, maybe he has the whole season to himself. Who knows? Selfishly, I want to know what Jahmyr could do with a heavy workload, but then I also don't because I don't want him injured. So there's that. He's so talented, but you want to keep him. You want him to have fresh legs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
you don't want that to go away.
And where's Goff in all this discussion, right? Where's the quarterback gonna, where's that gonna play into the MVP candidacy? You've seen it with Purdy and you've seen it with Purdy and CMC. It's one of those things.
Goff made Jahmyr.
If you guys in the chat are hyping up Gibbs for MVP, what does that say about your quarterback?
What?
Well, that's what I'm saying. If Gibbs is your MVP on your team, what does that say about your quarterback?
To Chris's point, it's like San Francisco. Brock Purdy's going to win MVP, dude. So he's a candidate still. I mean, Chris McCaffrey's a candidate, but it's
Brock
going to Brock.
Purdy's going to win MVP.
You think so?
Yeah.
I got CMC over him.
Brock Purdy's going to win.
I think CMC.
You know, Brock Purdy has the most yards in the NFL.
Most what?
On the least attempts in the NFL out of starting quarterbacks.
Damn.
But look at the guy. He's got Yak King over there.
Still,
in
bro,
Devo.
that's crazy.
Yeah, I didn't even know
efficiency.
that.
Yeah.
I think CMC deserves it more than Purdy, if I'm being honest with you. That's
how I feel.
my
too.
prerogative.
Because you're racist.
I am. They're both white.
I know. But one's less white. No, I'm just kidding.
I've been accused of that. Anytime somebody
you just want a black quarterback.
Bro, well, no, he's not even in the chat anymore. Maybe unless he's under a different name.
Clomp Sauce?
Well, he was for sure racist.
Clomp Sauce was
Confirmed racist.
legit. At least he was upfront about it.
Yeah.
But Paul Thomas, my guy, who was my guy for the longest, tried telling me I only defend AG because he's black.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, he did.
It was the same. It was been personnel. It's been the argument, obviously. Damn. Same as Jeff Iafrate, same as Matthew Broder, same as every other white guy in the station. But when I have the exact same take, it's because he's black.
I do it because he's black.
That shit was wild.
Hey, at least you're honest about it.
R.I.P. Clomp Sauce.
R.I.P. Clomp Sauce.
What did happen to that guy?
I don't know. He probably got arrested.
He's for sure my favorite racist.
He probably got. He's the best racist I know.
Oh, let me tell you guys about Fairway Pack Company, because they got that meat, the prime Wagyu beef, the dry aged beef, and more. Make sure you visit Prime. I'm sorry, I apologize. It's fairwaypacking.com. God, my mind's wrapped up in meat right now. Visit them at their for grab and go steaks and Grosse Pointe as well. That's fairwaypacking.com to get delivered to you. The best in the business. They deliver to every single restaurant, hotel, and casino. They run the state for a reason. They got the best meat in the business. Fairwaypacking.com.
Gabby is a college student struggling to study for her big exam. Then she discovered Syntron, a healthy way for her to stay awake and focus. Jennifer frequently has chaotic days like this until she gets online, orders some Syntron, and finds her groove. April visited her local grocery store, purchased a case of Syntron, and entered to win the Syntron 100K Vegas giveaway. Pick up your case of Syntron today at any Meijer location or visit drinksyntron.com/Vegas and enter for the 100K Vegas giveaway.
Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot off the press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel. How would you like to win not one, but 2 vehicles of your choice? One for you and one for your wife, your girlfriend, or your best bud. Get to Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut and automatically enter for your chance to win. Courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. Lady Jane's, open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Has watching and arguing about sports made you a last-minute holiday shopper, feeling more pressure than Jared Goff in the pocket behind an injured O-line? Jack Labrador has you covered. It'll change your gifting game. Who wants more beans? In your face, heads-up play that'll have you on the edge of your seat. It's the one deck that brings 3 games to your table, perfect for lazy last-minute shoppers like you. Jack Labrador is the ultimate gift that keeps the holiday fun going. Scan the QR code above or go to jacklabrador.com to get your decks today. Shout out my guy Dean at Jack Labrador.
Shout out to D, man. What up, though? Welcome
Dean's
back to
a real
Heavyweights Live on WoodSports.com. I'm Eazy. Joined by my guy Spinmo Rex.
Free Joey Morrison.
No, Jeff. Shout out to Jeff Iafrate.
Jeff does look like he'd be a guy, like the way you're dressed right now, you look like somebody that would hang out with Joey Morrison.
It's the flannel and the vest, dude.
The flannel vest.
I got too much white on. Yeah. That's the problem.
I'm gonna try that out. Flannel vest, that's it. So it works with bald head.
Yeah, I'm carrying the torch for Adam Maydoun. He used to wear vests all the time.
Yeah, he did wear vests a lot. He was a vest guy, wasn't he?
He was. Big vest guy.
Yep. Yeah. Adam was a tight pants guy.
He was a tight pants guy.
Adam loved tight pants.
He wore real tight pants.
Big no socks guy, too.
Yeah.
Big no socks?
No socks. Yep.
Big nose.
This is a fucking slut.
Big nose.
That is stop with tight pants, no socks.
Yeah, he was a slut.
That just screams like
vest.
whore.
Yeah. He was a slut.
Do you think Adam, be honest, you think Adam looked at his ass when he put those pants on?
Oh, for sure.
You think he had a little...
He had to jump to get it.
Absolutely.
Yo, being a man jumping in your jeans is wild.
That is wild. And felt good about it too. Probably listened to a rap song that had that in the lyrics on the way to work.
Yeah.
Oh, that in those jeans.
It's fair.
He
did have a fat ass.
Hey, he had a kid after that, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know if those two things are correlated.
That's fair.
That's for sure.
He
stopped wearing the tight pants after the kid.
I just need my shit to breathe.
It takes a lot out of you.
I tried it once in high school.
Tight pants?
Yeah, not for me, bro. I need to breathe a little bit.
Yeah.
Either way.
My thighs are too thick for tight pants.
They are. I was trying to move on.
All right. Well, I'm glad you agree.
Hey, what about
They definitely are.
They are.
Yeah, damn right they are.
Birdman hand rub. All right, moving on. the guy you guys think fondly of, the guy you see in tight pants very often, the guy that in the chat I'm seeing already, you guys think will finish the top 5 MVP candidate.
Oh.
What?
No.
Jared Goff.
Yeah.
No, I need to know what you said.
I said my uncle before you said the MVP stuff.
Unky Goff. Dan Campbell hit the podium today, and he said he wants to let him loose.
Yeah.
He wants him to go a little bit harder. Can we play the video, Chris?
I think the same message that we had really the last 2 weeks, and because honestly, he's done a good job of taking care of the ball. We had Chicago. We came back, won that game. Then Green Bay, Thanksgiving. But honestly, out at Chicago, I don't count those interceptions. I'm just bringing that up again. And the center quarterback exchange, that wasn't just one person there. So he's done a good job. And I think really the most important thing is, man, cut it loose. That's the message. It's not the other way. Because I go back to this. He's one of the biggest reasons we're sitting at 10 wins right now is him playing loose and. Man, just trust what your eyes see, play the progression, and throw with conviction. And that doesn't mean something bad may not happen. I mean, something may happen. That's life in the NFL. We got to find a way to overcome it. But we sure don't want him tightening up and worrying about all that. So just go out like you did last week, put the work in, and cut it loose.
Fucking gobbler, bro. No, fucking
damn
JG gobbler, bro.
What a slappy.
Fucking slap ass that guy is, huh?
Can't take a word he says to heart.
Spencer, what do you make of Dan Campbell's comments on letting Goff loose?
Yeah, I mean, that's how you want him to play. You want him to play loose. You don't want him to be back there questioning every decision he's going to make, questioning every throw he's going to make, because when you get in your own head, that's when you start to make mistakes. So I think that was a good sign against the Broncos. Like he said, they got that confidence up, got that back to where he was in the beginning of the season when he was wheeling and dealing. You got that 5-touchdown game now. You can be more confident in yourself to step up, make some throws down the field, to step up, make some things happen. You're going to be in a dome the rest of the season, so you don't have to worry about the weather conditions, the wind, anything like that. You're going to be able to make comfortable throws. So, yeah, I'm happy to see him instilling confidence in his quarterback. Now, to turn him loose or to let that thing fly, get a little
let Goff
cause
cook
for pause there, because I don't want him just drop back 40 times a game. I don't want them to abandon the run or anything. But when they do throw the ball, yeah, do it with confidence, do it with conviction. Don't question your throws. Make your mark, find your read. If it's there, make the throw.
Yeah, I don't know, Jeff. Where were you at with letting Goff cook? Let him loose.
Well, I don't know about that. I agree with Spenny though, because I think this is more so just a message for him to just keep his confidence. I don't think that Dan's actually he means they're gonna go out and Jared's gonna have 45 pass attempts. I don't think that's not what he means. But I think the confidence, yes. I mean, you have J-Mo out there. Yeah, keep taking those shots. I appreciate Dan having his back. I mean, this is kind of the downfall of Jared in L.A. when Sean's kind of stopped having his back. So I don't hate it. I don't think he means it too literal either. But I appreciate any coach having your quarterback's back. I like that.
Chris, you're shaking your head.
Yeah.
Your estimation.
I mean, what are we doing here? The Ducks flew south for the winter already. I don't want to let this man. I don't want to let this man loose. No, I get it. I'm in line with Jeff. I think it is not so literal. It's more of just a coach boosting the player's confidence, and you've seen that confidence is very important to Goff and rhythm. He needs those things to be well and to be at his best. And when he's at his best, like you said, this is a team that wins 10 plus games in a season when Goff is at his best. So I don't think it's anything more than a coach just picking up a player who was in a little bit of a slump.
Yeah, I think. And Jeff, you kind of articulated best for the point I was going to make is I'm not taking it quite literal, letting Goff loose. I'm taking a mix of last week a little bit. I mean, both said the same thing, but he said it first. Yeah. But I guess something similar to last week. I don't think they're really going to let him cook or let him loose by any means. Just have him play with confidence. Because I remember a 2021 Jared Goff who was quite literally throwing the ball out of bounds on those 4th down plays. That's not how Dan Campbell plays football.
No.
That's not how Dan Campbell wants you to lead his team, especially on the offensive side where you want to be aggressive. He wants you going for it. And that's why when you heard him say, I don't count those 4th down interceptions. Those, we're trying to make plays there. And it just happened. It wasn't the throw that he wanted to come out of his hand. It's because he throws ducks outside. It's what it is. Unnecessary shot there. I apologize. But That's what he wants. He wants that aggression versus the timidness that we saw in 2021. So, like, to get that out of him, he's got to speak to him that way. He's got to let the dog loose. Yeah. You know, and awaken his confidence a little bit. I think you want that in every quarterback. You want them to be confident in the throws they're making. You want them to be out there swagging out a little bit because that's what you. Just time to try something a little risky, a little daring, but it works out.
That's for sure. That's for sure. You need him playing with confidence. That's when he was playing so good in a Lions uniform, is when you're like, damn, look at this guy playing with confidence. What?
Look at this guy. Big thigh.
Wow, look at this guy.
Look at this guy.
I walked in, I said.
Now, let me tell you something. Jared Goff, wonderful quarterback. He makes all the throws. He goes out there. Look at him. So handsome.
What can he do?
His girlfriend, beautiful. Giant tits. Awesome. She's amazing. Jared Goff goes out there and makes all the throws. I see him. I say, wow, look at this guy. He's got little hands like me, so I love it. He goes out there and makes all the throws. He's the leader of the pride. He is the one pride. He is your quarterback. No, but you want him playing with confidence. You want him to go out there and make some things happen.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it as long as he does not mean it quite literally. Like, I don't. We did the math before. You know, any games that Jared Goff's thrown over, like I think it was like 35, 36 attempts. It's not. You're not in great shape. But as you said, Spinio, too, you made a great point as well. Like, we're indoors the rest of the season.
Indoors.
It's like if he's going to cook, it's going to be in indoor stadiums, and you want to be confident in those situations. And he does have a fuck ton of weapons to cook with, too.
Yeah, and if you're running the ball the way they are, deep shots, they're going to be there. Like, those opportunities are going to be there. So if you get Goff being timid, it kind of limits your offense. Like, even if, hey, doesn't always connect, didn't connect on J-Mo against the Broncos deep, but at least they know. Like, he's going to try. I think that's the biggest thing, just keeping the confidence.
And he's got a fuck ton of ingredients to cook with, too. Like, you cook it up a touchdown drive, sprinkle a little bit here with Jahmyr, sprinkle a little bit there with fucking J-Train, sprinkle a little bit here with J-Mo, sprinkle a little bit here with Amon-Ra St. Brown, Sam Laporta. Like, you got enough mix-ins to fix yourself a good-ass meal.
Yeah.
So you better fucking cook. There's no excuse not to, if I'm being honest with you.
That's fair.
What are you about to say?
There's another nickname that I'm also going to use for
Jahmyr?
For my fantasy name next year.
What is it?
I'm going to draft Jahmyr, and it's going to be Jot Fuel Can't Melt Steel Beams.
That's a bar.
That's a little bit of a bar.
Yeah, that's a bar.
It's a long one, though.
Jahmyr Gibbs.
Jahmyr Gibbs?
Yeah.
Take a lap, Chris.
I was actually reading Jeremy Anderson in the chat.
Terrible.
Take a lap.
Terrible. Take a lap.
Yeah, I'm laughing at you, Chris, because it's not me this time, so fuck you. All right.
Hey, it wasn't mine. It was Jeremy Anderson.
Right.
Wherever you're at, take the AirPods out. Go take a lap.
Go take a lap.
Oh, fuck.
I actually don't hate that.
Jeremy Gibbs.
What if
How many feet are in a mile? Yeah. I want you to take this ball and run every single one of them.
Don't you just hate electricity?
All right. On that note, we're going to go to break. Smee, tell us about Hamlin Pub.
Hamlin Pub, my favorite bar
defensive coordinators.
in the place.
Don't you just hate electricity?
Don't you just hate electricity?
We got to stop the electrician this week.
I want this electrician out of a job. Let me tell you about Hamlin Pub. If you ever wanted a bar where you're a regular, we have just the place for you. Head to one of Hamlin Pub's 7 locations where you can experience where everyone's a regular. Try that smokehouse brisket, mac and cheese, that shit bussin'. Make sure you go to Hamlin Pub. They got half-off pizza on Thursdays, and they got food and drink specials for every NFL game and all Michigan sports games. Hamlin Pub, where you can find a hot MILF and where everyone is a regular.
Have you ever wondered where all the finest restaurants get their steaks? It's Fairway Packing Company, providing Michigan restaurants, hotels, and casinos with prime beef for over 60 years. But now you can buy these cuts of meat for yourself at the Steak Shop by Fairway Packing Company. Prime porterhouse, A5 Japanese New York strip steak, dry-aged Wagyu beef tomahawk. Delicious. Get to the Steak Shop today. Enjoy fine wine, have a private party, and get the finest cuts of meat anywhere. The Steak Shop on Mack Avenue in Grosse Pointe Woods, or order online, fairwaypacking.com.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, two of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder.
BullseyeVintGroup.com is where you guys need to go. It's sponsored by Long Drink, which is one of my favorite drinks. One of Spinny's favorite drinks. It's the boys' favorite drinks. But stop at BullseyeVintGroup.com to purchase your tickets. All you can eat, all you can drink, and a free shuttle to get your drunk ass to the game so you get there safely and warm. It's BullseyeVintGroup.com. Come party with the boys. What up, though? Welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights Live, WoodwardSports.com. I'm Eazy, Spin More Racks, Young Chris, Jeff Iafrate, the realest, stepping in, filling in on the ones and twos, JB.
First, he's the realest.
He's a realest. Get well soon, my guy. Hit the like button if you guys haven't already. 5-star review on all podcast platforms. And speaking of Jeff Iafrate, we almost stole a tweet from him last night. We have a group chat, and sometimes we're just throwing garbage in there, and sometimes we're throwing some heat. And Jeff threw some heat in there, Chris. If you want to put the tweet up, and Jeff, I'm going to have you... do you want to read it, or just know it by verbatim? I could read it if not.
Yeah, no, I could read it. And it's funny, I put that in the group chat, and Spenny had me shook for a second. I was like, I got to post this now.
I shouldn't even said anything.
Yeah, this is the tweet. I tweeted out yesterday. Detroit Lions could have the first offense ever in NFL history to produce 2 1,000-yard rushers and 2 1,000-yard receivers. What needs to happen? I did the math for this. I was cooking. It was like 12 at night. Sam Laporta, 80 yards a game, 242 more. Jahmyr, 69 yards a game. David Montgomery, 48 yards a game. He needs 145, and Jahmyr needs 208. The only question I have would be Sam Laporta, and we've seen him have big games. But I checked offenses in the past, the top offenses, even the offense with the Denver Broncos and Peyton Manning. They've had 1,000-yard backs and 2,000-yard receivers. But there's no offense in NFL history. I know the 17th game it matters, but Jahmyr and David's missed some games. No offense ever has had 2,000-yard backs and 2,000-yard receivers ever. Never happened. And then you might have a quarterback throwing for 4,000. So sprinkle that on there too.
Sprinkle me.
Ben Johnson, man, he's a wizard. He's a wizard.
Yeah, that's like the #1 place I was going to go. I know a lot of people are going to make it a Jared Goff thing. It's the Goffins. I saw the quote tweets on your tweet last night.
Yeah, but and this isn't even like a hating Goff thing, but like, how does Goff? What does he have to do with the 2,000-yard backs?
Dude, who hands the ball off to him, bro?
And that's not a shot at. I'm just being real here. You know what I mean? Like that's not. That's Ben Johnson and the offensive line.
Has there ever been 2,000-yard receivers though? Was that a thing?
Yeah, there's been 2,000-yard receivers in a 1,000-yard back, but not 2 and 2.
I think the Dolphins did it last year, didn't they?
2,000-yard receivers.
Yeah.
And then the Ravens with Lamar and Mark Ingram, they had 2,000-yard rushers, and they had a guy almost get 1,000 in Mark Andrews, but it's not. I think the 1995, whatever the hell it was, Redskins had like 1,000-yard back and 2,000-yard receivers. So that was it.
Well, relax, Jeff.
Yeah. Oh, the rest. Hey, boys, this might be my last day.
It's the Dirts.
Canceled.
The Dirts.
We're just laughing it off at someone in the chat. No, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Ben Johnson.
Ben Johnson's fucking in.
Yeah, and that's why we are so worried. Like, when this guy moves on, which he's going to move on more than likely after this season, you're going to be missing. I know it's the Goff-fence, but no, it's the John fence or whatever the hell you want to like. This is Ben Johnson's baby. And it's gonna take a step back. You're gonna take a step back when you lose a guy like that. It happens to all teams. When you lose a serious coordinator like that, you're gonna take a step back offensively. So Ben Johnson, you know, the man's a wizard. He's been cooking up great schemes. He's getting everybody open. And yeah, the players, Jared Goff included, are going out there and executing what he cooks up, but he schemes them open. He schemes the runs, the blocking scheme, all different things like that to make this achievable. So I'm excited.
Yeah, you know what's funny? Real quick. I had so many quote tweets from Falcons Twitter and Chargers Twitter.
Really?
Like, they ate this up. I know Lions fans ate it up, but, like, teams that need head coach, because Falcons fans assume Arthur's going to be fired, they want Ben. They saw that
Ben
stat.
Johnson with the Falcons.
Because they were saying, someone quoted and said Drake London, Pitts, Algier, and Bijan, someone said. I was like, okay, well, I don't hate it, but get away from it. I don't want Ben in the NFC. I don't.
I was already like really, really concerned about that situation. And if you guys like watch the show, you already know for the past 2 years, it's been like a pit in my stomach. The thought of Ben Johnson like leaving us and becoming head coach elsewhere, just because I don't know how you're gonna like fulfill that type of production. And Jeff, he actually calmed me down a little bit yesterday in the same group chat, talking about like, well, I think we settled down with the fact that like Dan's an offensive coach. Like a similar situation we saw that happen and not work out was with Dan Quinn in Atlanta when Kyle Shanahan left on. But he's a defensive coordinator by trade. So maybe that's why he couldn't like grasp that concept. But then, of course, we had Herman Moore on. Shout out to Herman Moore. And you heard the interview. I don't know if you heard the part we asked him about it.
Yep.
He made me a little bit nervous again because he said like it is different. It's a lot different. Guys look at your weapons differently. They look at the way they want to call it. He says, and I didn't know this, by the way. I knew like on the first drive it was like this, and obviously it would make sense to be this way. But like the drives are scripted. Particularly like for the most part, like all the way through. It's not like after that first drive, like that's your scripted drive. Every single one of them is they call those plays like in sequence. And it would make sense that Ben Johnson does that too because he gives you so many of the same looks and just changes like a formation, or they spread out after they had it there in like a 12 formation. So it's like, fuck, man. Yeah. I just don't know how they're going to replace that, man.
And we were having that conversation. I don't want to discount anything Ben's doing because you're so right on that. Like everything every Lions fan should be skeptical, but that's where I hope they promote within. So the terminology, the identity kind of stays similar. You won't have Ben calling plays, which is a concern. But I have more confidence that Dan will understand that and want to, because again, this is a productive offense. I don't see Dan bringing in someone from the outside and being like, all right, let's switch it up. What do you got for us? Like I see what works. They want to keep. But Herman's right with that. I mean, the whole like guy comes in, he sees players differently. They call. He's
got different tendencies.
Yes, so I get that part, but I have confidence, Dan. If a Tanner Ekstrand gets promoted, he's been kind of under the wing of Ben. It's not the same play calling, but a lot of the stuff will be the same. I think
that makes sense. It's just not being cooked up the same.
Yeah, the cooking will. It's a different chef.
It's like when your mom fucks up your grandma's recipe.
That's fair.
I was like, Mom, how come your lasagna never tastes like grandma's lasagna?
That's true.
Mom, you be fucking it up.
And she using the same materials.
You got the same ingredients. You still be fucking it up somehow.
You ain't got that it factor like grandma does.
No, she don't. She be sprinkling that love. Oh, man. Nah, man, it makes me nervous for sure. I mean, I've been nervous about it, and I felt better about it for like literally 5 hours up until we had Herman on, and he was like, "Shit's is different."
Luigi Gaming says Ben Johnson is a wizard, a grand wizard. Yeah, you wouldn't want to hire that guy. I heard he plays strictly Kanye West, and he goes to some very weird hangouts. Saw him rocking with Joey Morrison the other day.
I did too.
Yeah.
I did too.
Do you have anything to say on that one, Spinny?
I did already.
Well, you say more? It was a talk show here.
Yeah.
We speak.
100%.
Yeah.
All right, we'll go to Chris.
Joey Morrison.
Gather yourself.
You asked me like I didn't say anything.
No, I know. I just didn't know you had more to say. Well, I guess, I mean, I could talk a little bit more on it. I guess, like, because the Tanner Ekstrand thing, that's another thing, too, is like, as a man, we are prideful.
As a man, we had penises.
But we want.
Or maybe not. I don't know.
Maybe not
you might not, but you're still a man. Don't cancel me.
But sometimes you want to pave your own path, though. You know what I'm saying? From a Tanner Ekstrand like standpoint, like it's like, well, maybe he wants to be better than Ben Johnson, or thinks he can be better than Ben Johnson, so he goes off and experiments as he veers away from the path of what was successful. I'll say this too, actually. I think regardless of the fact of like play calling, which I think we would agree that Ben Johnson draws up some of the most beautiful plays. I mean, you have a guy like Brian Baldinger who breaks down plays every single day of that man's life.
Hold up. Brian what?
Brian Baldinger.
Oh, okay.
Is that his name?
Yeah.
Yeah, you just first time you said it.
Does that work better for you?
Heard something different.
Baldinger.
Hey,
it's a baseball reference. Hey,
whoa,
baseball. Check it out. Either way, you got a guy like him who breaks down plays every single day of his life, it seems like. If you follow him on Twitter, you'll find it. But when you see him break down these Detroit Lions offensive plays, quite often you hear him say, I've never seen this play before. Right. And it's like, that's pretty good. Fuck. But as often as you see plays, I've never seen a play or like style or system before, it's like, that guy's a fucking genius.
Ben Johnson's literally making up shit that Andy Reid's stealing in the fucking Super Bowl.
Yes.
Like that is stuff that...
Shanahan too.
Shanahan too. They're looking at this guy's offense like, that shit was pretty nice. And they're taking it and doing it for themselves. Like, I don't know if Tanner Ekstrand is the next Wunderkind that Ben Johnson was, but I don't know if he is this much of a fucking just balls to the wall, meat on the table, like total badass that Ben Johnson is when it comes up to drawing up plays and design. Like, it's like Ben Johnson and Mike McDaniel when it comes to play design in the NFL right now. Like how they're what they're doing, how they're making these offenses go. Like the shit I was seeing with Tyreek Hill where he was like crouching behind the fucking tackle in the last game and then like pop up and do his little Tyreek shit. And everybody was like, where the fuck did he come from? Like, that shit is wild.
Crouching
it's
cheetah,
innovative.
not crouching tiger.
Yeah, it's literally crouching cheetah. So I am a little worried that we're gonna miss out on some of that, but who knows? Maybe Strand is the second coming of Ben Johnson. Maybe he is the Wunderkind. Maybe he is a guy that can create stuff like that. But when you have notable offensive geniuses like Andy Reid and Kyle Shanahan stealing plays that you made, it's like, okay, yeah, dude's doing something right.
And that's the thing with Tanner Strand too. I wonder if, because I see people on Funky said this, and I agree with him, that if Ben were to leave, that he would take Tanner with him. If you're going to be if you're Tanner and you're going to be an OC either way, and maybe he feels like, hey, I'd go join Ben, but you assume Ben would still be the play caller with every team he's on.
Yeah,
so if he stays with
point.
Detroit, he's calling plays, and he has an offense he's already familiar with. So if I'm Tanner, I'd stay, but that's another scary thing is Tanner could leave too, which leaves you like, I mean,
No, you're 100% right.
Now you're in an interesting situation there. But Herman said it best on your guys' show when you did the interview with him, that technology in today's is just different. Like how everything's on film, you could watch anything.
That's true.
It's tough, man.
That's true.
I don't want to underestimate him leaving either. That's the other thing.
The part that broke me is when like you find out a lot of shit's just in sequence, like per drive, not just like the opening drive, not just on like 2-minute drills, like the entire game. Everything's like called in sequence for a reason. And again, when you think of Ben's offense, it makes total sense. But I will say this, and this is something that's been said already before, but the amount of weapons on top of the offensive line that's already here in Detroit, like I think any innovative play caller is going to want to like get their hands on with the opportunity to help themselves become head coaches from then on too. Yeah. Obviously witnessing it happen with Ben Johnson as well. So I will say that to help people feel better. And on top of that too, not just that being the case, but also it meaning like you're probably going to be a pretty decent or successful offense regardless, no matter the fact, because of those weapons.
Yeah.
Can we just appreciate that Detroit's like an actual like offensive coordinator? Like no Jim Bob Cooter. Like this is you got guys that are going to be head coaches.
I think this would be the first time in our lifetimes where assistant coach will move on to become a head coach from like our farm system. Yep. Which is a telltale sign like you're doing shit right, you know?
He's paving the way.
I was hoping to get a Lombardi before that happened is the only thing.
Yeah, I was thinking Darryl Bevell, but he was just the interim.
Yeah, interim head coach for Jaguars. Yeah. He became interim head coach for us too for a bit.
It'll be more. They see what Ben's doing in the personnel they have offensively. I think more and more assistant coaches would.
Yeah. Who's the Schwartz defensive coordinator?
You said who?
Schwartz's defensive coordinator.
That's a great question, actually. Oh, it was Gus Johnson, or not Gus Johnson, but Gus something.
Maserati, man!
It was Gus
DeAndre Levy. That's what I taught you.
Who's that guy who went to Pittsburgh and became the DC?
Shit. What?
Terrell Austin?
Us? Oh, yeah, Terrell Austin.
Terrell Austin.
Yeah, his name was. Yeah.
But who was he the DC for?
He was for us, and I think he was.
But what coach?
Straight to Pittsburgh.
Was that Caldwell?
Yeah, Caldwell.
Oh,
yeah,
okay, never mind. Then,
Gus. Ours was like Gus Gunder. It was a fucking weird.
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
What year was he fired?
Who? Schwartz?
Yeah.
20.
I'm about to beat you to right now. Fuck it. Here we go.
2016.
Gunther Cunningham.
Yeah.
Find in the chat.
Shout out Burn. Yeah.
Oh, shout out to Burn. Yeah, I found it on Google.
Gunther Cunningham.
Gunther Cunningham.
Fucking Gunther. I remember that.
He was old as dick.
He was old as dirt.
Old as dick. And to be honest with you, for my like, I was a season ticket holder back then too, and we got to do like a little Q&A. He was just more involved with the defensive line, and like Schwartz was still like more involved.
He was calling the defense.
Yeah. He's great. He's great.
Schwartz is a fantastic defensive coordinator.
He really is.
Gunther Cunningham.
I wish we weren't the franchise to fire him because we could have like recoup him as a defensive coordinator, but I doubt he wants to be here as that.
Yeah.
No, he used to be the head coach here.
Yeah.
Or maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
Either way.
Look at this comment. I want to read this one. Get your guys'
Somebody
reaction.
come look at this.
Hey,
look at this.
David says Niners lost McDaniel and they are just fine. Good organizations will lose their coordinators. Great organizations will be able to have.
The Niners have Kyle Shanahan,
brother. What are we doing?
It's Kyle Shanahan's offense.
What are we doing? What are we doing, guys?
I get the part of if you're great, you're going to lose coordinators, but in Dan Campbell being an offensive coach, but I'm with you guys.
Dan Campbell is not Kyle Shanahan.
But no, he is
Kyle
not.
Shanahan's a play caller for that team.
Yes, absolutely.
When Matt Ryan won a Super Bowl, was I almost said off the bat Kyle Shanahan. Yep. Yeah, MVP. I'm sorry, he didn't win a Super Bowl.
He was in the Super Bowl.
When he went to the Super Bowl and won the MVP, I meant to say MVP. That's who was fucking tailoring that thing up the same way Ben's doing for Goff right now, guys. That's not the same situation.
I heard I look like the Dolphins OC. I think he's going to be getting interviewed too. But like at the end of the day, they got Mike McDaniel.
Yeah.
Like who gives a damn?
Yeah, that's
Spenny could be the OC. Like they're going to cook up regardless.
I'm with you.
The fuck's that supposed to mean?
Let me tell you, get out of this booth right now.
Planet Fitness is the home of the judgment-free zone where you can work out in a non-intimidating, judgment-free atmosphere. At Planet Fitness, you will experience a squeaky clean gym that has tons of equipment, a full-body workout in 30 minutes, and all memberships include fitness training. You get all this for just $10 a month, no commitment. No matter where you are, there's a Planet Fitness close by, more than 50 in Metro Detroit, and thousands more throughout the world. Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential. Now, tell us about Centron.
And Cintron Energy. How would you like to win a $100,000 trip to Vegas? Take your closest friends and live it up in the city that never sleeps. It's the Cintron Energy. Drink it and live it. You can purchase a 24-pack today and register at drinkcintron.com/Vegas and buy that Cintron pack at your local Meijer store. It's Cintron, the healthier energy drink with great taste for the people who desire to look good, feel good, and be the best versions of themselves. Go to drinkcintron.com. So, wow, wait.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports. Woodward and Main Street. The Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions Show. Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
Savor the heart of home at Big Boy with our all-new down-home comfort dishes. Feast on home-style goodness with our Southern Comfort Chicken Bowl, veal parmigiana, and apple pie hotcakes. The down-home delight doesn't stop there. Potato pancakes are back. Dive into the richness of our perfectly crafted potatoes with our classic potato pancakes and our stuffed potato pancakes. Top off your meal with our new gingerbread shake, a seamless blend of creamy vanilla and sweet gingerbread flavors. Nothing beats the comforting taste of down-home cooking. Enjoy every bite, only at Big Boy.
Don't fret.
Give your pet the best at Premier Pet Supply. Hands down, Michigan's best pet store. Family owned and operated for over 30 years. 13 Metro Detroit locations.
That boy came in
over
hot.
60 brands of food, lowest prices, and curbside home delivery. Premier Pet Supply. Give your pet the best. www.premierpetsupply.com.
What up, though? Welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights Live on WoodSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined my guy Spin More Racks.
What
Young
up,
Chris.
though? What up,
Z.
though?
Jeff
What up,
Iafrate
though?
on the ones and twos. Appreciate him. Shout out to Dean from Jack Labrador. Make sure you guys
Jack
get some
Labrador.
stocking stuffers. All are $20, 3 games included. It's a fucking man. Dean's a fucking
It's
man.
the ultimate stocking stuffer. It really is.
It really is. Shout out to Dean. Moving on, though.
All ages, too. All ages can play.
Bryson plays.
Just like Josh Giddey.
All right.
Oh my God.
You just always do that.
Oh my God.
No.
Back to the desk.
Now back to you, Easy.
Question for you guys. Detroit Lions defense actually looked pretty good against the Denver Broncos. But the Denver Broncos offense isn't that great. And I have the utmost confidence that we're going to win this Vikings game. However, you have to be realistic with this defense has been. The worst part of it, I would say. Actually, what do you think is the weakest part of this defense? Do you think it's the secondary? Spinny, Jeff?
Yeah.
Defensive line.
Yeah, I would say the pass rush.
Yeah.
Because that by default hurts the secondary anyway.
1,000%.
So.
That's a good point.
Yeah, I would say the pass rush.
What?
I don't know. I saw some itchy and slappy on Twitter post this graphic of the best edge rushers in the NFC North, and he had Aiden Hutchinson at number 1 over Daniil Hunter and Montez Sweat. And Aiden Hutchinson was number 1 because he's got the most pressures and a higher PFF score.
That's Sam Flannel.
I don't give a shit about your PFF score and your pressures. If Daniil Hunter has 15 and a half fucking sacks, he's having a better year than you.
Wait, so he has less pressures, but doubled nearly.
Yes, Aiden has like
over double the sacks.
81 pressures. Daniil Hunter has like 67. and he's got 15.5 sacks, and Hutch has, what, 5.5?
Yeah, it might be 6.5.
6 now.
But still over double. Yeah.
Montez Sweat has 12.5 sacks.
He has, Montez has 6 sacks since coming to Chicago.
Yeah. He has the most sacks on Chicago and on Washington. Like,
yeah.
You can't tell me Hutch is having a better year than those two guys. I understand you love him. I understand he's a Lion. You're going to ride for him. But I saw that shit, and I saw all the Minnesota fans like, bro, you got to be fucking kidding me. I was about to be like, yeah, like I'm not. But like, Daniil Hunter has 15.5 sacks. He's having a better year than Nate Hutch.
I think even Sam.
It's okay to admit that.
I think even Sam would agree with you there. And his 2 biggest arguments are pressures and PFF grades.
Yeah.
So he would even agree with you. So
that's literally he like put up their stats too, but he didn't put their sacks or tackles for loss or forced fumbles, which Daniil Hunter has 4 of.
Those are turnovers.
He put PFF grade and pressures. I was like, all right, man. Like
at some point,
you can't spin a narrative that far.
He's good. He's just not. He's not elite yet, and it's fine.
No, yeah, he's good. He's
second
fine.
year 2. Like it is.
But
what
he
it
put
is.
him at number 1.
That's what they do, man. I mean, the same people making JG MVP or he's the Goffense, and Ben Johnson's really just a fucking golf merchant. That's the other part of this too. Is like, you want to know how great Ben Johnson is. Like, people want the 5 touchdowns. Where you at now? Go look at those 5 touchdowns. Look at those fucking elite throws that Spencer couldn't make. Count them on one hand, because you get the fucking 0. They're fucking like. Can we get some respect to these guys making plays like then afterward, and especially Ben Johnson, as a matter of fact. But I guess back to the Detroit Lions defense as a whole, that does make sense. It's probably the defensive line, which then affects the secondary. Which, when I made this topic, I had the secondary in mind because like the resurgence. But we're going up against fucking Justin Jefferson, T.J. Hockenson. I know people don't like to hear that one, and a new Jordan Addison.
Dog.
Is there any like hesitancy? Like, you think this defense could contain those guys? I mean, Nick Mullins had 300 yards still last week.
Yeah.
Against a respectable Bengals defense.
No, it's tough. You got weapons. Like you said, Jordan Addison, T.J. Hockenson, Justin Jefferson. These are good weapons. These are guys that are going to make a lot of things happen. So you need to contain them. You need to make sure that you take them out of the game because they will break the game. They can break this game. All 3 of them have game-breaking ability, and we know the Lions' defense looked good last week, but the past couple weeks before that, they didn't. So I don't know what the scheme that Aaron Glenn is going to cook up, but it's got to be something. You have to be overly aggressive in the pass rush to try to confuse Nick Mullins and get him on the ground. Like, that's got to be your game plan, in my opinion, is you have to attack their weak spot, and their weak spot is Nick Mullins. So confuse him with coverages, flash some blitzes, and get to him as much as possible to kind of get him off his game before he can get the ball into the hands of his playmakers.
Jeff?
Well, you already stated the weapons. I think we have to add, though, they're in Kevin O'Connell's system, as Lucas would like to put there, that offensive system.
It's true. Lucas says Justin Jefferson's only good because he's in O'Connell's system.
But regardless, I think it's about turnovers, too, man. Like, they got it during the 8-2 stretch last year, defense was turning the football over. It's not really the yards I'm concerned about, it's the turnovers. The Bengals had a couple picks last week. I know they took them to overtime. Turnovers are going to be big. Because I don't think you can sit here realistically and be like, yeah, well, we could slow down this passing attack.
Yeah.
I don't give a damn if it's Nick Mullins. You got those 3 guys getting open. Like, Nick Mullins is going to have, they're going to get yards. They're going to be able to move the ball. It's really just about getting turnovers. And if the Lions can do that, they did it last week, win the turnover battle. I think they can get this one done. I'm scared of Brian Flores more, to be honest with you. That defense, dude, is a problem. And they've been a problem all year. They've been consistent.
Yeah, because they kind of started off slow, but then you saw like a drastic turnaround, and which made you scratch the head a little bit when it comes to like our guy AG. It's like how much. Because we always mention, like, okay, personnel. But you look at the Minnesota Vikings defense, I mean, outside of Daniil Hunter, because Kendricks is gone. I guess Harrison Smith is still there. I guess you got 2 former All-Pros, which is a lot better than what the Detroit Lions have. But outside of that, though, I mean, there aren't really like names out there that you're scared of or respectful of, if I'm being honest with you. But again, maybe that's just levels. Like that's why I kind of conceded with like. By the way, I never like when I said defend the Glenn, I was never making a statement that Aaron Glenn was like peak defensive coordinator or A+ defensive coordinator. It's the fact that he had less personnel to work with than a lot of the guys working with top 10 defenses right now.
Right.
I think he is probably the middle of the road guy. And maybe if he does get a top 10 guy, maybe find out a little bit more. And again, I will mention that the Vikings do have that in Daniil Hunter and Harrison Smith. Those are guys that are all pros, or at least been all. I gotta assume they've been all pros at the NFL level. Aaron Glenn hasn't been working with that. They're also veterans, too, where half this team is either second or third-year players. The couple old guys you got is Cameron Sutton, Alex Anzalone, who's been balling, by the way, too. Shout out to Anzo. I'm definitely Fanzalone in that situation. But I think you hit the nail on the head.
Fanzalone for sure.
Turnovers. You need to get those exotic pressures, similar to what they did with Russell Wilson, and just force his guy to turn the ball over. And as we've seen against the Vikings, I'm sorry, not the Vikings, but the Bengals, he's prone to do so.
Yeah.
Had one of the worst interceptions I've ever seen in my life. He threw it to a fucking sitting defensive tackle. What were you thinking when you did that?
He threw another one to Pratt, and it was called back.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it was a pick six.
That was a game winner.
Yeah, that was a game winner.
That was like a game winner.
That would have been 3 interceptions. One for a pick six.
Mm-hmm.
So, at the end of the day, I'm not nervous about Nick Mullins. I think it'd be a shootout style game.
I can see it lower score. That's why I bring up the Brian Flores thing, because if this offense, I could see him. I don't see him putting up 30 plus on this defense. I could see like a 24-point scored. So you got to hold the Vikings under like that, obviously. Under like you got to hold them under 20, dude. Like once we start creeping into the high 20s, I don't know. I don't see it being that type of game. I don't.
Well, I'll tell you what, let's go to break real quick. Speaking of defense, Smitty, tell us about Guardian Alarm. When we get back, we'll talk about the Brian Flores defense, because Dan Campbell had something to say about it, too.
Guardian Alarm. Our professional technicians take the time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your needs. They also have 24/7 professional monitoring. You can call them anytime, day or night, and no Guardian Alarm team member will stay on the phone as long as needed. And, of course, they have technology backed by people. Your safety and security deserves technology. It's been proven to work, and people who have been proven to care. So call them at 1-800.
Stay out.
That's 1-800.
Stay out.
And let them know Woodward Sports sends you.
We've just received word. The world's cannabis supply has vanished. The public is outraged and has taken to the streets in response to this tragedy. The individual responsible acted alone, and we can only hope they will make things right soon.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate, along with special WSN guests, for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m. How would you like to win not one, but 2 vehicles of your choice? One for you and one for your wife, your girlfriend, or your best bud. Get to Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut and automatically enter for your chance to win. Courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. Lady Jane's, open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Dispo Dispensary's got the Dispo Holiday Extravaganza. Every Friday, catch Santa Claus there, an opportunity to win $200 worth of gift cards, in-store gift cards, that is, for cannabis products. They got the best cannabis products in the business, and as I mentioned before, it's not just cannabis itself. They got lotions, creams, cheese freaking balls, pretzels, Rice Krispies, anything under the sun you can think of, they got it. Drinks, seltzers. It's the best place to be. Most wonderful place to be. It's Dispo Dispensary. Check it out, your local cannabis plug. What up, though? Welcome back to World Heavyweights live on WorldSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined my guy Spin More Rex. Spin, you had a little bit of breaking news. Is it? I mean, what's going on? The Lions working out some edge rushers?
Yeah. Shout out to Iking Horse for putting it in the chat. I just looked up the articles, and the Lions are working out
Houston?
Former BC Lions edge rusher Matthew Betts. He played in the Canadian Football League.
He's Defensive Player of the Year, too.
Yeah, 28-year-old edge rusher. He led the CFL with 18 sacks the last season and was named Most Outstanding Defensive Player. He's 6'3", 250 pounds. Was originally a first-round pick of the Edmonton football team in 2019. And, yeah, he's got 25 sacks over 36 regular season games with the BC Lions.
But how many pressures, though, Spenny?
Oh.
Do you have that off the top?
I don't have that off the top of my head.
All right.
But, yeah, he knows how to get to the quarterback, at least.
He does.
In Canada.
That's, yeah. When you said first round, my ears perked up. Like, oh, shit.
Yeah, me too.
I thought it was going to be first round pick, too. But, no, Canadian League first round.
How about Justin Houston? Just released from the Panthers. Is anybody interested in working out?
He's not old enough. He's 34. Got to be over 36.
Yeah, that's fair.
Younger than Bruce Irvin?
That is wild.
He ain't old enough, Fetty.
We should get him and just put him and Bruce Irvin,
Oh, yeah.
They'll rush the passer like Kyle Anderson plays basketball. Like,
oh my god.
I knew we were about to talk Ryan Flores defense here, but now I'm kind of curious. Like, why not? Does Houston? Was it too early to work him out? Did he not want to come here? And also,
he was dealing with like a hamstring injury. He was on like IR for the Panthers, but a year ago he had 9.5 sacks. So
just last year?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
We played with the Ravens. Yeah, he had 9.5 sacks and a forced fumble. I think he had a pick too.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, hey, I'm if you can add for a playoff run, I'll sign me up. I don't give a damn. 1 year deal, I'm all for it. But
yeah.
He's gonna have some options though. I think he'll return back to the Ravens. That's my little.
That's a good point.
Prediction there.
Yeah.
So I mean, I wouldn't. Shit, bring this dude in. Fuck it, sign him. Sign him.
Which one?
Matthew
Houston,
Betts. Sign him. Bring him in. 18 sacks.
Bro, the fucking
Bring him
Canadian
home.
Football League.
So what?
What?
He's better. He's already better than fucking Charles Harris and Romeo Okwara.
Yeah, man. So you mimicked the pressure a little bit there, and I think I already brought this up beforehand. But like the fact that Charles Harris had 7 sacks and just never returned to like that ever again was just like kind of let you know like okay, pressures versus sacks. Like it is a telltale sign of who's like winning what. I did just look at the double team rates for all NFL edge defenders. Your boy Hutch. He actually ain't as high as you.
I looked at that too. He's like right in the middle.
Literally right in the middle
of being double teamed, and that's like he's double and triple teamed every play. It's like no, he's really not. Like if you watch that game against the Broncos, seen a lot of one-on-one matchups.
Yeah, they'll like chip him with like a tight end running back, but people say he's double teamed. Like every single play, he's double teamed. Like guys.
Yeah,
it's not that aggressive, but of
he's
course
right
they're
in the
going to
middle.
keep
I
it.
looked up those stats too.
That hurts, man.
Per next gen stats in the NFL, he was literally right in the middle of the graph they had.
Yeah.
Of
pass rush win rate versus double team.
Yeah,
I got it right here. Yeah.
You know who were the highest double team players on that graph?
Michael Parsons.
Oh yeah,
Miles
Michael
Garrett,
Parsons,
Jadeveon
Miles
Clowney,
Garrett,
Nick Bosa, Max Crosby.
Fucking yeah.
I'm looking at it right now.
Darn, I wish Hutch didn't get his double teamed as much as those guys. Like,
and then I mean, you talk about that. You mentioned the NFC North like edge rushers, both or all of them. Danielle Hunter, Montez Sweat, Rashawn Gary, all double team more than Nate Hudson.
Weird.
And I think pressures matter. I don't want to act like they don't. I just think people it annoys me when people like live by that only. Like they'll accept a season where Aiden ends with 6.5 sacks, but he has a ton of pressures. Like at some point we have to start being like, okay, let's turn those pressures into sacks. That's all my point is.
Yeah.
Like at some point you can't just sit here and keep arguing pressures.
No,
I don't hate it, but I just don't like how much it's argued.
You can't when other guys are getting production out of it. And you're looking at like by the numbers. And again, though, like, I don't know like what you're considering double teams. Like if you're talking about just a little chip and you're just marking that down as a double team and a win rate if he goes on and wins like a 1-on-1 there, okay, that's kind of BS. That's why I don't really like a lot of the advanced analytics. But I think you can say though, there's guys like Micah Parsons, Myles Garrett who are consistently winning those double team, triple team matchups and still getting to the quarterback. I will say that. But the whole reason why I went back to Detroit Lions like edge rushers, and you mentioned that obviously too. Do you think this means like because I just tweeted out a hype video for James Houston, our Houston that we have already. But do you think like, them working out another edge rusher means like maybe that timetable's been expanded a bit longer than we were expecting?
Yeah.
Is that not a good sign necessarily? They're working out edge rushers.
Not a good sign. No, definitely not a good sign. I mean, I still think they need the depth, so it's not a terrible sign because you look at Charles Harris is a healthy scratch every week, so it's not an awful sign. But man, hopefully James Houston will be back by the playoffs.
Yeah, you know it's funny too. Before the season, I remember people talking about how the deepest part of the defense was the defensive line.
Yeah,
like that was the deepest.
It was
part.
on paper.
That was on paper. Yeah. So, not now.
When James Houston got hurt, we thought Charles Harris and Romeo Okwara would do more than get 1 sack.
I should have fucking known better, man. I let Stick gas me up this past Saturday. Talking about just visualize it easy, and I was like, I can't. But I was like, oh, James Houston's coming back, and then I watched his highlights, and I was like, oh fuck, man, this guy's coming back. Like, it's about to be a good ass time. But now you see him working out fellow edge rushers. It is.
But do you see? But here's the thing. There's something with Houston. I think. Like, do you see him coming back from injury and being James Houston?
Yeah, that's
like
not immediately.
Not immediately.
Yeah.
And they're only gonna. He's gonna come back with what? If you make the Super Bowl, he'll have a handful of games, but it's only a couple games. Like now you demand a sack a game from Houston, coming off a significant injuries, missed most of the season. Like
that's
to me, it's not fair for him us to like expect that either.
All
like,
I'm saying is throw a bag of Matabuki.
Oh
yes,
give me Matabuki.
Talk to me nice now.
Draft an edge rusher.
My boy, shout out to Dre again. He listens to the show too, but he's a Ravens fan. That's when I brought the question up to Herman yesterday. He showed me there was a side by side through 14 games of Aaron Donald's MVP season, or I'm sorry, Defensive Player of the Year season versus Matabuke's.
Yeah.
Virtually identical.
Yeah, it's my path to helping fix the defense. Your first 4 picks in the NFL draft this year. I don't know what order, but I want a cornerback, an edge rusher, and 2 offensive linemen.
Yeah.
And then sign Matabuke.
Wait, say cornerback?
A cornerback, an edge rusher, and 2 offensive linemen.
Yeah.
And then sign Matabuke.
I don't hate that at all.
I'm here for it.
I'm here for it.
Yeah, you may even have to do.
You got to get a cornerback in the first 2 rounds. I want a cornerback. I want an edge rusher in the first 2 rounds too, and then get a tackle and a center, or a tackle and a guard.
If you had to make a decision, what position goes first round? You think? Like
Corner.
if you had to corner.
Yeah.
I
think
would agree with that.
you'll find a better corner late in the first round than you would an edge rusher.
That's
like all
fair.
the real good
DT.
edge rushers are going to be gone by then.
Yeah. That's fair.
And you can find somebody you like more in the second round.
I just don't want to gas myself up too much for Matabuke because, like, 1, they could obviously just tag him. 2, I don't know what kind of money they're working with. Because I remember we were looking it all up yesterday, the cap hits of, like, the next year's quarterbacks. And although Lamar signed that, like, record-breaking deal, it's what then got broke twice more after with Herbert and Burrow. But he still wasn't in that top 5 yet before that cap hit. Like, whatever type of funkiness they did with, like, backloading that situation, they still might be able to afford to keep Matabuke.
Yeah.
So, like, maybe like you look at drafting the defensive tackle earlier than the corner. I don't. Where you at with it, Jeff?
I'm all for it. I know who is that? I know you guys started that train for the. And I'm on board, man. Yeah, I'm on board now.
Credit
I'm with the
Spinning
heavies.
that one.
Yeah, to spending. I'm on board. I like it. It's what this team is just missing. A consistent force in the middle. Aleem has actually been way better.
Him
than
and Aleem next to each other would be such a nasty interior defensive pass rush.
Matabuke alone.
Yeah.
Bro.
What does he have, like the longest streak in NFL history for, like at least half a sack?
He's got like 12 games with at least half a sack.
He tied Terrell Suggs for like a Ravens franchise one, I think.
That's crazy.
Or he was the first Raven to do consecutive 12 sacks or half sacks, I think it was.
Yeah, in 12 straight games.
Yeah. So it's like, yes, bro.
That's nuts.
And he doesn't have like a Nick Bosa on the edge. Like that's him.
They really don't.
That's him forcing quarterbacks.
And maybe you can get Matt Judon for the cheapo if the Patriots decide to fucking clean house.
Yeah.
He's coming off an injury.
Grand Valley legend.
One of my PFF guys,
good as fuck, too.
he told me Bosa might be on the chopping block. Joey.
Yeah.
Like
you can get him for cheap, yeah.
Yeah. I guess he's 29 years old already.
Have the Twin Towers of the Clan on the edge of your defensive line. Watch Joey Bosa. Fucking
Bro.
The Grand Wizards at pass rush. Striking fear in the hearts of anybody that decides to come around these parks.
Isn't Joey the one that's like a lot more conservative? I feel like Nick's like the bigger name, so he catches more of the shots, though.
Nick's
like the quiet one.
Nick's the quiet one, but he's the one who's come.
Sure.
Yeah. Like,
he's the one that what?
Like stuff has come out about Nick.
Nick, like what?
Like I don't know exactly. But
try that in a small town.
Yeah, try that in a small town. And it's also like
I say you one more thing, Chris.
The amount of sacks Nick Bosa has against black quarterbacks is like.
Get the fuck
out. I
out.
swear to God. I swear to God. It's like twice as many as he does.
I gotta see that.
I swear to God.
Because that's actually insane because there's more white quarterbacks in the league. Is there not?
Yeah, there's no. Okay. Like, I gotta throw a flag on that. There's no way that's a real thing.
You know what?
That's a real thing?
It's probably a real thing because of this. If you look
right here. Nick Bosa sacks this season. Facing white quarterbacks, 0.6 sacks per game. Facing black quarterbacks, 1.15 sacks per game.
Okay, that's... Oof! Come on. What are we doing here?
Well, hold on.
It's just fun. It's just funny.
Hold on. Let me check some here. Because they do play Seattle twice, to be fair. Like, right? That you're playing Geno Smith twice a year. And they don't really have a great offensive line. And then who else? What other quarterbacks in the NFC
these
West?
Trumps are crazy.
Matthew Stafford, twat. Dobbs and what's his name? Help me out, Arizona quarterback.
Dobbs.
No, Dobbs and
Murray.
So you seeing those guys twice a year? Maybe that helps out. I'm just trying to make sense of it.
Some guy tweeted, Nick Bosa can't stop smiling, chasing black QBs around. Makes him feel like George Zimmerman.
Oh, my
Okay, that's too far. I don't like that one. That's distasteful.
And they got Geno Smith twice a year.
Yeah.
I'm just adding on to it, but...
No, I'm trying to make sense of it, too.
We're walking a very thin line.
Walking a thin line. Gotta defend my end with no pin. I'm sort of like a bomb. Boom. Here's a double team rate for the NFL. This is through, like, I think week 13. So
It's a weird. There are weird stats out there. I'm telling you about Nick Bosa and black quarterbacks.
Either way, it's your boy Aiden Hutchinson, like almost dead. If you
literally-
guys can't find him, look at
right
dead set in the middle and
under
just
Sam
below.
Hubbard.
And the reason why you're looking just below like the middle is because that's like the win rate's the left side, and the double team rate is on the bottom.
Yeah, x-axis.
Yeah, x-axis.
Yeah.
It's double team.
X-axis.
And then somebody asked, where's Kayvon Thibodeau? Well, he's higher on the win rate, but just behind Aiden on the terms of actually getting double teamed.
Yeah.
And there's Myles Garrett just all the way chilling. Big
Miles,
chilling.
yeah. Most double teamed and best.
And the most wins.
And most wins.
That's
He's a
insane.
monster, dude.
How about Jadeveon Clown?
Yeah.
I didn't expect him to be there just simply because I figured maybe that's why Matabuke is eating though.
I mean, look at Will Anderson.
That's why he would eat here too.
Will Anderson's up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Is he?
As a
Oh, wow,
rookie.
he is.
Yeah, he's up there too.
And that's he's doubled more. But again, I don't know like if they're counting chips or not. I'm curious to that. I got to find somebody and ask him. But he's higher in double teams and win rate when it comes versus Aiden Hutchinson. That's actually fucking depressing. Kind of sad. Not sad.
Benny, what are you reading?
No,
I know
dude,
you're reading
the chat's
something.
going off. I King Horse said Nick Bosa paid Joey Morrison's bail.
Yeah. All right, let's go to break.
I'm telling you, there are more stats about that are it's pretty. It might be a coincidence, but also like that dude might get some extra juice.
Now I have to go to another uncomfortable ad read because it's Mark White.
Mark White.
Mark White. Make sure you guys get your mortgages through him. He's the best in the business. Whether you're buying or selling real estate, Mark White's the guy. He helped save you up to $5,000 in closing costs. That's $5,000 in closing costs. Give him a call today at 248-290-8242. Visit him at markwhitesell.com.
Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot-off-the-press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel.
What happens when you run a great business for over 50 years? You expand and offer more products to more people. Who wants more beans? This is exactly what Les Stanford did by adding Les Stanford Buick GMC, the same great service that customers have come to know and trust on Woodward Avenue, just south of 9 Mile. Check out Les Stanford in Dearborn today. Find the brands you want at lesstanford.com. Les Stanford. Find new roads.
Eating beans and Buicks.
Beans and Buicks.
Beans and Buicks.
Beans and Buicks. What? Beans and Buicks.
Beans, Benz, and
Buicks.
Bentleys.
We have to write a rap for that and just sell it to
Beans,
Les
Benz, and
Stanford.
Bentleys.
Or Feldman. Both Chevy dealers.
Yeah, we can pit them against each other.
Buick, is Buick Chevy?
Highest bidder.
No, Buick's his own.
I think Buick's... I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not a car guy. Welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights Live, WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my guy Spin More Racks, young Chris, JB Smooth. Get well soon, but we got the franchise in the building. Jeff Iafrate on the ones and twos. Appreciate you for filling in. Jeff, well, one, it's Chris's birthday week. All right, so wish a happy birthday.
Happy birthday to the birthday bitch.
I'm not one of those.
It's
birthday
best birthday
week
today,
people.
everybody.
Puts the camera on himself. Oh, come on, no, it's not me.
Come on,
guys.
Birthday thing 3 days in a row. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it.
Happy birthday to the birthday bitch.
I want to gift you a basketball topic. We also have Jeff Iafrate of Woodward Pistons in the building as well. Jeff, you're smirking. You look like you're a little bit nervous for this one.
I'm a little rusty, dude. I've stayed away from the Pistons. I actually just went on Woodward Pistons. I just went on Woodward Pistons with Kool-Aid today, but yeah, I've stayed away from it.
So how are you rusty?
Yeah.
Well, I just talking about it on the show. I don't indulge in it. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't
I'm proud of
you. I just can't.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
It's tough.
It is.
It's
very tough.
It's
I can't argue 24
Unless
games
you got the
in a row.
baddies in the front row.
I'm so happy he dropped that 40 because I was even like wondering like what the fuck was going on there for a minute. And it was a close game too. Like 40 in a close game, like I'll take it.
Yeah.
Somebody with more money than me has to put a bad bitch in the front row of every game for.
That's the thing. You gotta just no more uggos. No more uggos.
Listen, Marin, if you're listening, just get somebody to copy you, front row seat. That's all. Courtside. I just go to Legends, Sada. Grab the top 10.
Yeah.
Bring them all to the game. We'll reimburse you somewhere down the road.
No.
Spending more likely than me.
No.
Speaking of signed contract, ESPN will reimburse you. He's got your back.
No.
Either way, Chris, I'm gonna let you take the floor.
What one we want to do? We want to
This
do
is up
the
to you, man.
outlandish.
Hey, this is you.
Okay, let's do the outlandish Bill Simmons take that I heard today. So, Bill Simmons loves to do his crazy trade ideas, and he does it with Ryan Russillo, and they're entertaining. They're almost never good, but they're always entertaining. And he had this to say about the Detroit Pistons and a move they should make.
Here's my big trade to throw you. This is my showstopper. Okay. Why can't the Spurs trade for Cade Cunningham? They could give Detroit their first round pick, which will be a top 5 or top 6 pick this year. Toronto's first this year, which is top 6 protected. They could give them Atlanta's 25 first and throw in Chicago's first that's protected for 3 years starting in 2025 and ends up being top 8 protected in 27. Like, just say fuck it. Wemby's special. Like, what are we waiting for? This draft isn't even like that great. Let's go get Cade Cunningham now. Detroit's a mess. Cade's stock is low. He's looked bad this year. He looked good last night, but he's looked bad this year. What does it take? Hey, Detroit,
loser, dude.
Just tell us. What do you want?
To hate this
You can have a bunch of picks. Feel great about yourselves.
Hey, Bill Simmons.
Start
the Spurs
over.
are a
New
mess too,
GM.
you fucking nerd.
Start over with a little war chest. The Cade thing didn't totally work because in year 3 you're gonna have to pay him in 2 years. You don't even know what he is.
This is like his sophomore season.
Let's go. Let's make a deal.
See, and that's where I'm at. So, Bill
He
Simmons,
just shits on every Detroit franchise, right?
What you're proposing is for the Pistons to do what was supposed to happen. We were the worst team in the NBA last year.
We should have got
We were
fucking
supposed
Wemby.
to have Wemby. Like, that is just ridiculous. And he clarified it after. He's like, look, this is something that nobody should do. Detroit would never do it in his right mind. And Ryan Russillo said the same thing.
So why even talk about it?
He just loves to do these type of things, and he just wants to get
Shut down the show trade.
Yeah.
What about Cade Cunningham and the Spurs?
He had a nice Bojan one that I liked, but I mean, when it comes to Cade Cunningham, obviously the Pistons are nowhere near entertaining that, and I hate when just national media in general does this, when they take a team and it's hitting close to home right now because the Pistons are the worst team in the NBA.
Yeah.
But I hate when they're just like taking good players off of bad teams just because they're bad. It's like you got to put yourself in the position of this Detroit Pistons team. Nobody wants to be in that position, but if you're in that position,
what a terrible position to be
you're
in.
not trading Cade Cunningham. Like, that's not what you're doing. I hate when they're just like when they just look at these teams that are at the bottom of the league and they're just like, sure, we'll just take their good players. Why not? It's fucking stupid.
Yeah, just trade away your most valuable cornerstone. That's smart. That'll just elongate this thing 5 more years.
Yeah.
And by the way,
Get you fired in a heartbeat if you fucking did
dude,
that.
yeah.
I mean, he should be fired anyways.
Well, Bill Simmons, I'll tell you what, he's a hell of a marketer because he knew that Pistons Twitter would eat that up, and he knew that we would talk about it on the show. But
That's true.
that's a
Did you put it
terrible
out there
trade
yet?
idea.
He also
Terrible trade idea.
Did you tweet that out yet? Or is it out on Twitter yet?
I haven't yet, but he also had another tweet. He also had another tweet where he said
he gonna eat your comb,
or not tweet. He had another trade proposal where he said trade Killian to the Spurs so that Wemby can have some French players to play with.
Wait, hold up.
Yeah.
Let
He cooking with that one.
What are you gonna get for Killian though? A broken washing machine?
Yeah.
Like, what's the if you only got 3 second-round picks for Sadiq Bey, the fuck are you gonna get for Killian Hayes?
you would honestly get like a conditional second-round pick that's probably going to end up being just like $500,000 in cash or whatever the lowest you can do.
They're
going to
get cash consideration. It's the best player in the league.
So you want to fire Troy? You just want somebody fired?
I want to fire Troy.
Because Kool-Aid did bring, like, and I'm sure you heard today or recently too, but Kool-Aid had mentioned like he kind of like reset the fucking like what they're doing to see what they got going on with Monty and his system before going all in to like contribute to like, another like winning season or cashing in on a winning season.
Fire Troy, sell the team, clear the front office.
Okay. I trust me. I get Spenny's frustration. I'm not there yet. I think
I'm not there yet either.
I think this trade deadline and off season is it. Like that. If you can't pass this test, I'm with Spenny. Fire him.
Why would you give him another test at the trade deadline?
Because he's
not committed to winning this year.
And also he spent time now freeing them. Let's see what he does with the money. Go out and get somebody. Now, do I see anybody that can come save this team? No.
Let's get Charlie V and Ben Gordon again. Let's have a shitty fucking GM get us pieces and waste the money that we finally have
done anything with the
to
money
wrap
yet.
it up on bad players.
But he hasn't done anything with the money.
Why
to make
not?
a statement like that.
Why not?
He hasn't done anything like with the money at all to make a statement like that.
Exactly. Let's
What do you mean
do
exactly?
something with the money and make this team better.
Okay, but it's not free agency right now.
It's fucking.
We gotta wait.
He's signed free agents. They haven't fucking worked.
But not big
the
money
one
free
he
agents.
signed was Jeremy Grant. Did that make this team much better? No.
I mean,
Jeremy Grant is good.
To be fair, they were 500 after trade deadline. With
Yeah,
Jeremy Grant.
and it's just.
I'm just saying.
You haven't made trades
I did not know that.
to
Near
make
500.
this team better. The
Okay.
free agents you have brought in have not made this team better. What have you done? You've drafted Jalen Duren. I'll give you props for that. You drafted Osor Thompson. All right, that was an obvious pick that the Thompsons were going to be in that area.
But they need years. He needs years of season too. Duren and Thompson. This Duren's sophomore season, he can't really stay healthy.
He has a worse winning percentage than Matt Millen did with the Lions.
But brother, it takes time.
It's been 5 years. How much more time are we going to give him?
This offseason is it.
You guys were
This
saying
is the
that last
offseason.
offseason.
Well, then he told you.
You can't just keep kicking the fucking can down the road. You got to make a decision.
But when he got a
And
new
either
coach,
he's
with a
good
new system,
or he
with a
isn't
new
good.
philosophy, got a new coach, new system, new philosophy. He's waiting to see what this situation is before he restocks with what he needs.
You know what? And he's
been vocal about it
what
too.
frustrated me and I listen. Dwayne, he's a great person. You kept that man around too long. The coach should have been hired like a year or two earlier. I think Dwayne was here for too long. Now you're 3-4 years in. Then you just get Monty. Now this thing resets. That's probably the most frustrating part. Like this instilling a new system thing should have been a year or two.
Yeah, and
ago.
This is what are we talking? This was the year, right? This was the year.
No. He said. He listened.
At the beginning of the season, it wasn't all right. We're trying to win now.
No.
We're done rebuilding.
No.
We're done doing that.
No.
Yes, it fucking was.
No, it wasn't. No,
That's
it
what
wasn't. No, it
everybody
wasn't.
was
No, it
saying.
wasn't.
Oh, this
No, it
is the
wasn't.
year they're trying to
It
win
wasn't,
now.
though.
They're done tanking.
Spinny.
They're not trying
It
to lose.
wasn't.
They're trying to win now.
Spinny, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't at the
No, it
beginning of the
wasn't.
year.
No.
Why?
Because he said it. He said
He said it after they lost fucking 20 games in a row.
No. He said during training camp. Detroit Kool-Aid was one to report it. I'll find the tweet for you. And I'm thankful Kool-Aid told me that. Otherwise, I'd be like you right now. They're waiting to see what this guy needs to be restocked with. He was building a system towards fucking who was it? Casey. Then he had a head coach in mind too, with what he had already had. And Tom Coors, and that's why they probably had the argument over it too, because hey, I know what I have right here built up, what I've drafted, what I've signed. I think I want this style of coach. Where fucking Tom Coors, which he owns the team, but credit to him, was like, fuck no, I want this guy with proven commodity.
He'll spend money.
Yeah, he spent the bread to get him. This is what we're going with. So now we have to wait to restock with what Monty sees with his philosophy. Obviously, his philosophy isn't the same with if you drafted a Jaden Ivey at number 5 overall and he's not even starting for you.
Yeah.
Like there's a difference in philosophies right there. They need to restock with what Monty wants to do.
So
I'm giving
what
an
are we giving
opportunity
him?
to do
2
that.
more years, 3 more years?
I say this:
2 years.
trade deadline and offseason. That's me.
Yeah,
That's
me. I'm literally right there.
Yeah.
And thank God for Kool-Aid for like pulling that information or just relaying that information. Maybe we don't listen to him enough, but like if it weren't for that, I'd be where you're at.
Trade deadline and offseason. So if it doesn't work, you're at the same place you were with the Blake Griffin era. Because you spent all your money, you used all your assets, and if it doesn't work, you're completely shit out of luck and you have absolutely nothing.
That's not true. You do have rookies or prospects around the league that will get you better than what Bruce Brown and Luke Kennard got you.
Yeah.
So you will have that. I get what you're saying, Spencer, and I'm upset with the mismanagement of Ivy and his whole like benching him. Like if you're gonna play Wiseman to use him as trade bait, why not play Ivy to use him as trade bait, or whoever you want to move on from. So there's a lot of moving parts when it comes to this team, and I think this is a situation
This
where
team is fucking
where
dead.
you can look at Houston, who's right now in the out of the play-in. They're out of the play-in. They're not only just a playoff team, they're avoiding the play-in. Like they're a team that has the potential to be a top 4 or 5 seed right now.
What I don't, and this is what I don't understand
And they're
is
on
like
the same timeline we
no,
were.
don't
No.
the whole
Yeah,
like
but
Houston wasn't on the same
But
timeline
That
we
was
were.
a different situation.
Yeah, they started
They
with
got
Yeah,
their
they
James
actually
Harden.
paid for free agents this year, and their team is good now.
and they also
Right. Weird
traded, they also
timeline.
traded,
Crazy.
they
That's what
also
the Pistons could do this year. That's what I'm saying.
They could have done it last year.
they also traded James Harden for
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
for a
Different
like
Okay,
4 or
well,
5
how it ended, where it was, they were on the same
I
timeline as
understand.
us.
Same timeline.
But to
different
say
situation.
they're dead, like a year ago, you liked a lot of these prospects,
I
didn't
did,
you?
but now they haven't won a game in 2
now
fucking
they're dead.
months.
Now
They
they're
haven't won a
dead.
game in 2 months. What do
Trust
you want
me.
me to say? Oh, they look good. They look great.
no,
This
I'm not
team's
saying
full
that.
of ballers.
I'm not
They're
saying
going to
that.
win the division next year. They fucking suck.
You know what the Blake Griffin era was? It was a bunch of aging mid-vets.
I would give me the Blake Griffin era 20 times out of 20 than the dog shit we're watching every night this year. That shit is embarrassing. You should be embarrassed to be a Pistons fan. You should be embarrassed to buy tickets to go see this game. They fucking suck. They haven't won a game in 2 months. Their players aren't getting any better. They look terrible. They play no defense. They execute nothing offensively in the half court. It is god-awful basketball to watch. No one should be watching it. People should be fired. They are sitting in absolute bottom of the league that they've been there for the past 5 fucking years. And it's not looking, it's getting worse.
Listen,
you're
emotional. and
You guys should be emotional too. This team's a fucking joke.
But we're thinking logically, bro. I think we're really just looking at it logically. Like, you got the emotion, so you're screaming and you want somebody fired, but like if you really think about it, everything
You
you
don't
just
want
said,
anybody fired. You're good with what we're going. What's happening
our
right now.
Armtown Son should be gone. That's fucking disgusting.
The whole front office should be cleared out.
The strategy thing, if Troy's son is ahead of it, and by the way, I do respect Troy as a talent evaluator when it comes to like the draft.
Yes.
I really do.
The question
so maybe there is something there in his son, but tell him, son, get the fuck out of here.
Well,
bro.
the question, you nailed it, Eazy, and I'm with you. I respect him as a talent evaluator. I don't know about him as a GM. And that's where I'm giving him the trade deadline in the offseason, because we have to find out. The talent evaluation thing is great.
I know.
But there's more to that than being just
I know he
a
thought
talent
James
evaluator.
Wiseman would have been better for this team than Sadiq Bey.
The trade was a mess.
He didn't get to pick his coach
Yes.
for the pieces that he had. Like, we just got to give him a year to restock. And I'm giving him that. And I'm cool giving him that. And I you know what? I guarantee you this too. Depending on how much, if people like you, and you have a voice enough to make it happen, but if not enough heat goes on Tom to make something happen, I'm sure they made that negotiation. Troy's like, look, you're not allowing me to pick my guy here for what I restocked for. You got to give me some time. Like, I don't want to know hot seat shit when this team's bad. I'm sure he and Tom had that conversation.
All I know is they're going to have the worst record in the NBA again.
Yeah, it's not good.
It's not good. It's not good.
Back-to-back years.
But
Worse
he's got a
record
year.
than they did last year.
He's got a year. I'm giving him a year.
Yeah.
I'm done with it all.
Patience. How's patience? That's all I'm saying. When we get back, we're talking about Spinny's ingrown toenail in the mailbag.
hurts. It hurts. It fucking hurts.
Tell us about Glorious Cannabis, Chris.
Yeah, I think we all need to, light up after this and chill out a little bit, because Glorious Canna has a new ice water bubble hash infused pre-roll called Honolulu Blue. It smells so good. It's like the whiff of the first playoff win in 31 years. It's a gassy, aggressive strain named in honor of your Detroit football. You can get it today at Dispo Dispensary, and you can get it 25% off using the promo code Woodward at checkout. So visit gloriouscanna.com today.
Your home is your most important asset. Flexibility in the sales process is key. When you work with Mark White and Associates, you can cancel at any time, for any reason, without penalty. Speaking of flexibility, check this out. Who you work with matters. Hire the best broker in the game.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate, along with special WSN guests, for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy? It's Planet Fitness. Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions show. Let's go! Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
Your childhood may be over, but playtime is not. Outdoor Equipment Company is your source for outdoor power equipment, sales, service, and parts, carrying top brands such as Bad Boy, LS Tractor, Steel, and more. Servicing the Great Lakes region with locations in Metro Detroit and Greater Lansing. For more information, visit us at OutdoorEquipCo.com. Outdoor Equipment Company, your power equipment playground. Okay, I pulled up the free agent list for the NBA for next season.
Put up.
So the free agents that we're going to bring in to help this team that hasn't won a game in 2 months but be competitive. Pascal Siakam is the best on the list.
Okay.
But he's going to get traded at the deadline, and he is not
still a free agent though.
He's not going to sign with the Pistons. Unless you want to pay him, you want to pay
Dwayne Casey.
him an ultimate supermax.
Dwayne Casey.
You want to pay him the supermax?
Before you even read the list, come on. I know you're smarter than this. Like, Troy has done this in his tenure, trading for players under contract, like getting rotation pieces like Alec Burks, like Bojan. That's still another way to use your salary
And how
cap
good
space.
is Alec Burks right now?
I'm not saying. I'm
He
just
just
saying
looks
the
checked
method.
out, honestly.
I'm saying the method. It's not about if that.
Okay,
player
all
is
these
good or
guys
not.
are going to be free. These are guys that have a year left that they can trade for and make things happen.
Because they could
Klay
trade
Thompson.
for Kuzma.
Klay
They could
Thompson.
trade for Kuzma.
Cooked. Klay Thompson's cooked.
Yeah, no. I'm
Tobias
not
Harris. Is he going to be a savior
No,
on this team?
I'll take either of the Raptors forwards. Give me OG Anunoby or Pascal Siakam.
Do you know what they were asking for OG Anunoby?
He's a free agent.
They were asking for like 5
The sun,
first-round
the moon,
picks.
and the stars.
They're not letting OG Anunoby or Pascal Siakam walk for free.
I don't know. They did with Fred VanVleet. I know he's a lesser talented player,
Yeah,
but
and they're
like
not doing it
Toronto
with
just
either of
seems to
those
just
guys.
do like everything you don't think they're gonna do.
We can get
Like, they're just weird.
Speaking of Raptors, speaking of
don't do this.
Shout out Dwayne Casey.
Don't do this.
Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan, both free
Stop
agents.
it.
Bring in one of those guys.
Stop it.
What about Mike Conley?
Now you're just being.
Bring back Spencer. These are the names.
Now you're
These are the
being
top
ignorant.
names.
You're being
This is
ignorant.
literally the top names.
No, but
Gordon
listen,
Hayward.
look at last year's free agency, right? Kuzma was a name. Washington's not going to keep Kuzma. They're gonna flip him for something. Like there's players
And who are
on,
they going to
on
flip
the
him
market
to?
that you
They're
could
not going
get.
to flip him to the Pistons.
Why is it
They're
always?
going to flip him to a contender.
Why does it
Maybe-
always? It's
maybe,
not
but
going to be
if
the
the
Pistons.
Pistons
Why is that
also-
like? It's not going to be the Pistons.
No, it's
via
not.
trade.
It's not.
A contender is going to go get Kuzma.
I would argue
He's
some
upset.
contenders have less assets to go get Kuzma.
They do.
because they want to keep their.
So
current
you're cool
core
with the
together.
Pistons giving up assets to go get Kyle Kuzma?
Depending on the
F-
cost.
That's
them
your
draft
answer.
picks.
Cost.
F them draft
Spinny.
picks right now.
This is what the Rockets acquired. Fred VanVleet, obviously you just mentioned.
Dylan Brooks.
Jeff Green, Dylan Brooks. Like these aren't like the same caliber guys you're reading off right there. Are the same caliber guys that they signed.
Nobody I just read off except for Pascal Siakam is of Fred VanVleet's caliber.
I don't like Fred VanVleet
Kelly
that
Oubre
much.
free
I'm a
agent
bit
too. That's
biased.
somebody I wanted this year, but
What?
you know he's going to be a free agent again next year. Kelly Oubre.
Kelly
That's
Oubre.
somebody I wanted.
We could bring back Kelly Olynyk.
But they're not like
Yeah.
But
hell
again, Spencer,
Royce O'Neal.
You don't know where these teams are going to be at and who's going to become available. With stars, with role players, you don't know which. It changes so fast today. Which teams are rebuilding and which teams aren't. And I get you. Normally, the contenders are looking to poach those players, but it doesn't mean that the Pistons can't. Like, there's ways to do. Like, what is Portland going to do with Jeremy Grant? I'm not saying go get Jeremy Grant. I know Kool-Aid's been.
I would love
big
to get
advocate
Jeremy
of that.
Grant.
It
I
depends
love
if the
Jim
price
Pablo.
is.
But
it
But there's
depends
no
if the
way
price
he's
is
coming to
right.
the Pistons.
I would love to get
That's
Jeremy
what
Grant.
you, but there's
under-
no
he's
way.
under
But there's
contract
a
you can trade
contender's
for
going to
him.
go after him.
But there's no way he comes to the Pistons.
There's a way.
Oh,
Do you
so there
think
is a way.
it's going to happen?
Jeremy Grant.
Do you think
Yeah.
it's
you're
gonna
playing.
happen?
You're doing
I
what
was,
he's doing.
yeah, I was doing
Yeah, you're
Spenny
like
back
you're
to
like
Spenny.
Do you
No,
think it's going to happen
everybody
though?
else.
Do you believe that Jeremy Grant is on the Pistons' radar?
Yes. Because he fits exactly what they're
It's
looking
already
for.
it's been reported in the past. They
Yeah.
still have a great relationship. He and
But
Troy
also,
Weaver.
and then look at it. Let's come full circle to this offseason. Again,
By the way, they fired that
Kuzma,
shitty
Grant.
ass shooting coach, fucking John
No.
Beeline.
And they're way worse than shooting the basketball.
But there was Kuzma, there was Grant, there was all these guys that we were looking at. Cam Johnson, like Okay, say.
We looked at all of them, and none of them were on the roster.
But hold on. Here's the alternative. Is now you have another season where you have another top pick, and you could just go get those players anyways.
Pistons fucking suck. That's all it is.
Like
Paul
George, you have now
Kawhi
an extra
Leonard?
top 5 pick.
Why'd you say them?
Paul George and Kawhi Leonard are on the 2024 NBA free agents list.
I'm looking at 2024 free agent rankings right now.
They are extension eligible. Yes.
I don't see him on this from
I think they have one more. I think they have
Pascal?
one more year, but they're extension eligible. I think is what it is, right?
And I like both those guys better than Fred VanVleet.
Who?
Paul George and Kawhi.
They're not free agents next year.
According to this list, they are.
But that'll do it for us today. Appreciate you all tapping into the Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. For Eazy, for Jeff,
Klay
shout out
Thompson.
Jeff filling in. Klay Thompson is washed.
Yeah.
For Chris, I am Spencer Raxter. We're the Woodward Heavyweights, and we'll catch you tomorrow.
Smash
Peace.
the like button.